What's going on, guys? This is Megan on Air. I actually have Crimson Keishan with me today. I'm gonna also probably have Rental Superman. Crimson Keishan's actually gonna be the one to actually have a topic this time around. I do not have anything. Um, Crimson, everyone should be able to hear you now.
Yo, yo,
There we go.
I be here. I've arrived. So, quick disclaimer. Yes, this thing's about Dragon Ball, but I have a little message for Destiny fans, people playing Destiny. Take off your mods today on your armor pieces. The reset is tomorrow, and if anything, if like the last resets kind of showed anything, if you don't take off your mods for your armor, you might lose that armor and the mods.
Wait, what?
Yeah, in the
Oh,
last reset, people lost if they still had like mods attached to like their armor pieces and stuff like that,
mm-hmm.
they lost them both. So yeah, reset is tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, make sure you do it before that. But
Well, I
before you go
guess,
to bed tonight.
yeah, I guess I'm doing that tonight too.
Hmm.
I haven't even been playing Destiny like that, and I might have to just like change some stuff now.
It's okay. It's better to be safe than sorry because we're gonna have a blackout tomorrow.
A Destiny blackout or like an actual blackout?
Destiny blackout.
Okay, cool. I'm good with that.
Yeah, because they're getting all the stuff ready for Lightfall.
I just started back at Destiny, and now I kind of want to delete it again. This is
Don't do that. Don't do that. It's a good time. Don't worry, I promise.
all right. I'll have to take your word on it. All right, so Rental is actually in chat, but not in here yet. Rental, if you do want to pop in, let me know. I'm gonna have you. I'm just gonna tell you to go to shoot the breeze, and I'll throw you right into the right locations. Um, So this time around is actually gonna be a little different. I didn't really have much time to fully get everything together. So the topics are just gonna start off with Dragon Ball, then we're gonna go to Dragon Ball Z, then we're gonna take a break from all the good stuff, then hit GT, and then we're gonna talk about Super right after.
Hold on. GT
What?
is not that bad.
It's not the best either, so we're not gonna talk about it like
Yeah,
that.
we'll talk about it after, but when it gets to that section.
Yeah, when we get to the topic, we'll talk about it at that point. Um, but I personally, I'm the biggest fan of Dragon Ball, and we're gonna start off with that one.
Okay.
So basically, I have under it like what made Dragon Ball so special to me. That's really all it was. But what about, have you, like, did you watch Dragon Ball? Or did you kick off with like Dragon Ball Z and then just start going from there?
So personally, I started off in the Toonami ages. So we started off with
Okay,
Dragon Ball Z, and I was like, you know what? Let me go watch the original one. And it's such a big change. Like OG
so
Dragon Ball was
dramatic.
funny. It was I guess the proper term would be a little racy in a sense.
Most definite.
Um, and I feel like there's a lot more killing in it.
Yeah, yeah, actually. I think the
But
killing in it was like less dramatic, but like definitely a little bit more.
I mean, you gotta think about it. Goku, he killed his enemies up until what's Mater, or Android 8 said you shouldn't be killing these people because before then, as you saw, every enemy that Goku fought, they would die. They
Yeah.
would die. And
Um,
after that, yeah, he
j-
hasn't killed people since.
just to do a quick pause. I think it. I wish that I don't know if this is even gonna go through, but I appreciate the 15 or the 13-month streak, but 15 months for being subscribed, Miss Potter. That's insane. I just want to make sure I said that before anything.
Okay, let's go, let's go.
Yeah, it's kind of scary when you think about it. That's like 11.99 or something like that. I don't know. This is some form of money that doesn't need to happen.
It's fine.
But yeah, so basically that's how I kind of liked it too. So like the idea how you always hear about how Goku is in all points in time, but you never really see what Goku's doing, like how Goku was raised in Dragon Ball Z. If you started, kicked it off from there,
Mhm.
because I'm on the same boat. I started off with Z, and then I went back and went to to Dragon Ball to see like how everything really happened, and going from Dragon Ball Z and seeing like all the action oriented stuff, and then like, oh, this is really cool. Then going to like just to OG Dragon Ball and seeing like Krillin kick his shoe into somebody's nose because they're like a different species of animal
Mhm.
and they have a more sensitive nose, and that's how he won because he has smelly feet, which is still canon, by the way. um and seeing like that's how like it was actually like comedic, but it was also like a really good tactic to do. I thought that was like I was genuinely impressed by that.
I'm
um
not sure if sorry to interrupt.
oh no, you're fine.
Do you feel like original Dragon Ball was more martial arts based, and then when it went over to Z, it went more to like energy waves and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Or
actually, I personally do. Oh, turn your mic up because you're quiet.
oh,
um
I could change that. Here, that should be a little bit better,
yeah,
hopefully.
I think that's better actually. Let's
Sorry,
see.
I was laying back in my chair. My bad.
Oh, you're fine, dude. It's I'm adjusting stuff here too, so don't worry. Oh, it's perfect. um
Perfect.
Stream peeping. We're not gonna peep on people's streams right now. All
Nope.
right.
Refund the points. Refund the
Yeah, I'll
points.
refund the points. So yeah, basically it's just like um in original Dragon Ball, even though everything was definitely over the top, and they're doing not really doing too much, but they're doing more than you'd expect. um it's it was definitely more martial arts oriented. Like you're doing this
Mhm.
training to build up to build up these body parts to make sure that when you're doing your tactics correctly, you're doing it right. um I actually was thinking like a little while ago that the Turtle Hermit School isn't really a martial arts school, because Krillin came there, already had a martial arts. Yamcha, Tien, Goku kind of had his own specific martial arts. They're kind of training more to get those tactics correctly.
Mm.
So Roshi does his thing, but then it's more like he's making them learn to fight correctly rather than fight with very specific martial arts.
Yeah, so like really just honing their skills and mastering techniques versus, really just getting down to like nitty gritty. Hey, this is what you're gonna do. Punch, punch, kick, kick, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And I always thought that was like way smarter to do for like, you don't have to like go the Kenichi route. Like you're doing this specific technique to do this specific way. You already know how to fight. Now we're training to do it more effectively.
Mm.
I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'm going to say that's what I mean.
No, I get what you're saying. It's like you already know how to fight, but we're just gonna hone your skills. We're gonna make you better than what you already are. So kind
Yeah.
of like in a sense, like a master class in a sense. Like,
Yeah, basically that. It's basically a masterclass. That's actually the best way to say it.
hmm. So I do have a slight question.
Go ahead.
What were your thoughts on like I guess the Red Ribbon Army in OG Dragon Ball versus how it's portrayed today?
Yeah, today the Red Ribbon Army is definitely portrayed as a joke. um or not, maybe not a joke. It's more portrayed to the point where they're an afterthought. Like you see that if you look at it a little bit deeper, the Red Ribbon Army was the ones who created the androids. Like they're the ones who funded the whole androids project.
Mhm.
And then you look at it now and you're just like, oh wait, what, like what is the last time you really heard them say the Red Ribbon Army, except for like you see it on some clothing here and there.
Yeah. I'm gonna come back to that later on. When we get to the Dragon Ball Super part, just because they did you watch the superhero movie?
I have not yet.
Okay.
I think you said that you're gonna watch it in your Discord, but I may have either for like haven't watched it yet, or because you haven't done it yet, or I forgot that you did it, and I just never showed up.
I did not do it yet, so you're good.
Thank God.
I mean, I could do a watch party. I do not mind that. Movie's fantastic.
Yeah, I want to see it. Um, I haven't gotten the chance to see it yet, and it's one of those. I watched the One Piece movie, if that counts for something, but like, um,
I heard that was really good too.
it
Not
was
gonna lie.
it was phenomenal. But I'm also, a person who loves one. So
I mean, I did see your little character, your icon, sir. So it makes sense. And the merch.
yeah, actually, yeah.
I'm not gonna.
um,
Do you have any of that merch on you right now?
so that one's actually an exclusive one that is stolen by my girlfriend.
Oh, yo, she messing up the. Oh, not the promo.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's fine though. So that one's actually the exclusive, but I do have some merch, obviously. If you go through the link tree, you should be able to find it very easily, so it's not that bad.
Well, she
Yeah,
put you on blast.
yeah, no, she stole it. I don't know what she's talking about.
Mm. I'm very inclined to believe you, Mega. I'm just gonna tell you right now.
No, I did actually leave it there, but that's not the point.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah, it's a thought.
Yeah.
She knew she wanted to steal it, so I was like, let me not make it too difficult today, I guess.
So you were just being a good boyfriend. Extra points for this man.
Yes,
Extra
that's what
points.
we're gonna do. We're gonna give me extra points for being an idiot. I love it.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. All right. Oh man. So Dragon Ball.
Yeah, back to Dragon Ball. Um, so yes, so like we were saying, I feel like the fighting and everything in Dragon Ball was definitely more specific to it, and I thought it was great. Um, the only thing I think I will forever say is that I wish they would stay more to that. Like I wish it was just like more you see the fights. I know that in the Tournament of Power that you saw like more combat, oriented attacks and stuff like that, which I was happy about, so don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
Um, but it's never consistent like that, and I wish it would stay like that. I can absolutely say I hate it when you see like um, you know, Gohan and Cell, blipping in the air, and you're just like, oh cool, what's happening? I would like to know as well. So
Yep.
it kind of just started getting annoying.
Especially because their excuse was, "Oh, they're moving so fast, we can't even keep up with them."
Yeah, it's like, oh, your budget is so low that you can't really see the actual fights. That's great.
Mhm.
That's what I feel like now.
It's
um
okay.
but that might just be me being like, very very mean about it. It just doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be that way.
I mean, but you also have to think back then, like that game. I'm sorry, not game. That show it technically did come out in like the early '90s. So I mean, budgets were a little bit different at that time, and anime wasn't as prevalent as it is now, at least in the states wise.
That's absolutely true. Hey, Arisa Kai's in here too. I'm good. I'm actually really good. We're talking about Dragon Ball if you want to actually stick around and talk too. um so the next portion I actually have, this can go from anywhere because I have the World Martial Arts Tournament.
Mhm.
So what did you think? Like, I know that, like, which one was like your favorite tournament out of all of them? Because I know like you might probably say like the Tournament of Power, but I'm not too sure. I might just be assuming something wrong. But what would you say?
Mm. So if we're just going by like strictly tournaments, my first thought, I want to say the tournament in the Majin Buu saga.
Oh, okay.
Um, Only because I felt like, all right, yeah, they didn't finish the tournament. So that pissed me off a little bit, not gonna lie. But because they didn't finish off the tournament, it gave Vegeta more development.
Yes.
And the fights that they did show, they were a lot more brutal than I thought that they would actually show on Dragon Ball. It felt like it was kind of bringing it back to like the original Dragon Ball, like OG Dragon Ball days in a sense, when it was like Spopovich versus Videl. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where she got freaking slaughtered
she got
for the sins
bodied.
of her father
Yeah,
being passed down on to her.
isn't that just the story of Dragon Ball Z right there?
Oh, it definitely is. But yeah, no, I felt like it was a good tournament, which led to some better, I guess, action and development for characters that I feel needed more development.
Honestly, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That's actually hilariously enough. That's actually one of the tournaments I was going to bring up.
There we
Yeah, I
go.
was gonna call it the tournament that never finished, but yeah.
On that same wavelength. Let's go.
Honestly though, yeah, no, that tournament I actually thought like even if they did complete it, I thought it would actually be really interesting how the matchups would have been. This was the first time Goku came back, quote unquote to life. We would have seen like how Goku like training has been going in the in the afterworld, or what's it called, like afterlife or
Otherworld.
otherworld, sorry. So how Goku's training has been going on otherworld, like the progress that you don't really see Gohan make past the Cell Saga, but you probably would have seen like Goku critique how he's been doing with all the training and everything. Vegeta's been training, always. So that would have been nice to see, like, just Goku like calmly comment about how he is now.
Hmm.
Also, Goku didn't know he had a son, and that's the funniest thing in the world to me.
I
Just
mean, he
like,
not looking down, just like, oh wait, who that little boy down there? Why he look like me?
yeah. Like, hi, Goten, I'm your father. Okay.
He finally came back with the milk.
Yo, he really did. Like, this is so bad.
And then he left again.
So before we actually fully finish the conversation and jump over to Dragon Ball Z and talk about more tournament stuff, the other one I wanted to talk about, actually, well, two more topics was, with the tournament. I also think the best tournament might have been the second tournament they introduced. So where you have Master Roshi retiring from being Jackie Chun, you have Tien being introduced as the main villain for this portion. Also, this is the introduction to King Piccolo, and the first time you actually see one of the main characters die.
Mhm.
So as in Krillin's first death at the age of, what was he, like 13 or 14 years old at that point,
I think so.
which honestly is terrifying. Like if you ever watch that like live, or if you're reading it, you're just like, oh shit, like the Dragon Balls are there, but you didn't. I genuinely, when I watched it, I didn't expect Krillin to die, and they never bring that
Yeah.
shit up either.
Yeah. I mean, death seemed like it was more of a consequence in it, where I felt like that was lost inside of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Also, recently I found out that the reason why Dragon Ball, like Vegeta and Goku never brought back Planet Vegeta, was partially because the Saiyan race is a bunch of fucking Saiyans who want to fight and destroy everything, but
Mhm.
they also can't revive anybody after a year. I forgot, like I didn't know that was actually a full thing.
Yeah, there is a time limit on there.
Yeah, did not know that. That's actually really wild to me. Irsakai actually said something. The thing I liked about older Dragon Ball was how the technique worked. It wasn't always about who had the biggest power gain or transformation. It was who could be the most strategic with the most with those attacks. And also, yes, I do agree, because um I think Master Roshi is probably the best example for that, because he had like at his ripe old age of like 500, he knew like he's an old man, he can't be doing like everything like he used to, but he also had to think like strategically, so he used a Mafuba rather than like a super strong Kamehameha sometimes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Oh, can I add something in there?
yeah, go right ahead.
Um, before we move off from OG Dragon Ball, how do I phrase this properly? Um, the Journey to the West, because that was kind of like what Dragon Ball was. How do you feel like they
Yes.
portrayed that? How do you feel like they portrayed that in like OG Dragon Ball versus like the actual story?
Oh, okay. So the OG Dragon Ball did it perfectly. And this is a person who actually read. I didn't finish the book, but I think I still have it somewhere in my house. Um, Monkey Journey to the West, which, if people don't know, that's actually what inspired the Dragon Ball series. Um, Sun Wukong was very arrogant in comparison to how Goku is, but I think Dragon Ball did it really well, as in like interpretation of how that was supposed to go.
Mhm.
Um, Especially with gaining the flying Nimbus, power pole, all that stuff. How Goku's basically just a sponge for training. Um, I think they did a really good job, but then I think Dragon Ball Z kind of was his own entity after a certain point. So after, right after um, Goku beats Piccolo Jr., it's like a whole new story.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying like it's a negative thing. I'm just saying like you can definitely see that they kind of went their own path afterwards.
Yes. So, your thoughts on the Great Ape inside of OG Dragon Ball?
Was a really really good it was really good show. It was a really like you show like Goku's a really interesting kid. You don't really understand what the fuck's going on, but the entire world's really weird too. So even though he's a guy who does who has a tail, you're like you see it. You also see a talking dragon like a couple episodes later. You know, so you're like, oh, Goku has a tail. That's weird, but like talking dragon, he probably still is human, with just a weird mutation. Then you find out he's
Mhm.
a fucking alien. You're just like, oh, okay.
Do you feel like that made like the Great Ape kind of lessen his value in a sense?
Mm-mm. So, not at all. Not at all. Um, because it wasn't a power that Goku had one awareness of, and then two he didn't have any control over.
Mhm.
So, I wouldn't say it lessened his value. It just kind of it's the same idea of like how Naruto has a Jinchuriki inside of him, but he can't like it, but sometimes Naruto's still like a character who's super strong in his own right. He just has this extra ability.
Kinda like a darkness inside of them that they can't fully
Yes,
control, but when they do learn to control it, it becomes greater power.
exactly. And then for one thing, Goku never learned how to control it.
Not until later on, if you go by GT standards.
All right, we're gonna
I
go
got
by
some stuff
GT
in chat.
standards. Wait, what's this? In Shindo Life, I got
Divination.
Deviation Spirit. Oh,
Divination.
Divination Spirit. Thank you. I said that wrong. You said it the first time correctly. What is in Shindo Life? That's my
You got
question.
knock off Ultra Instinct. Hey, let go. But is it Omen or Sign? Sorry. Oh, actually, that's another one. Omen or Perfected.
Oh, Naruto themed game on Roblox. I've never played Roblox, so I'll be honest with you. So this is something completely new to me.
Understandable. Any other closing arguments or well, any closing thoughts for Dragon Ball? OG?
What fight do you think was the best fight? Like all Dragon Ball, what fight do you think was the best fight?
All Dragon Ball.
All of Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball.
Ooh.
Actually, let's all of Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z, GT, whatever. Just Dragon Ball.
I want to call this a fight, but it was more like a slaughter when Goku went Great Ape and destroyed the Red Ribbon Army base.
Okay, I like that one.
But if you want to go for like actual fight, then I want to say it was Kid Goku versus Demon King Piccolo.
Okay, that's actually probably my favorite fight too. Either that one or um, there was one, I think Yamcha versus Tien might have been
Oh,
a
that
good
was a
one.
good one. Yes.
Yeah. So basically so for just a quick recap uh for Indoraptor. We're just talking about Dragon Ball right now. We talked about what made Dragon Ball special to us, what how in comparison to the rest of Dragon Ball right now, the original Dragon Ball had, some actual fights, so not just like quick blips in the air and you see like they're going so fast that you can't see them. They actually put like some time, some strategy into the fighting. We also discussed about how the world tournaments and how the world tournaments were in all of Dragon Ball, on top of which one was our favorite tournament, and that last part was just like what was our favorite fight in Dragon Ball.
Wait, I got one more thing for you.
Oh, let's go.
Do you feel like OG Dragon
Cameraman
Ball
is
was
just...
more built towards was more like a gag anime?
Ooh, that's actually... So I think it was a mixed bag, but yeah, it was definitely more of a gag anime.
And did you like the crossovers with Orale, who is actually a gag character?
Yes, a gag character on top of the fact that is also one of Akira Toriyama's original characters as well.
And Goku's best friend.
And Goku's best friend. She's a gag character who also beat Vegeta.
She did.
Never forget, Vegeta lost to a little girl.
Who stays little girl forever.
Who stays a little girl forever. You're correct.
Because isn't she technically an android?
She is most definitely a cyborg. No,
Oh
wait, no,
yeah.
she's actually an android. She's an android. The androids are cyborgs.
Hold on. Cameraman is the strongest character.
Yep. He's always right in the middle of them fights too. So all right,
When we
so
get over to Z, I have a funny thing to ask you when we get to Cell Saga.
we already jumped over to Z.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
All right, so here's so it's basically gonna be running through the same things. But first I wanted to talk about how in Dragon Ball Z is very hard to get into sometimes. If anyone who's never watched Dragon Ball Z is trying to, understand the story a little bit, Team 4-star.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
So Team 4-star definitely made it a lot shorter than like everyone else. The comedy there is very much so on point. It's a little bit dated sometimes, but it's definitely so very much on point. Also, if you're ever wanting to understand a little bit more, you can get a little bit deeper into it. You can watch Totally Not Mark, who has deep dive into all of Dragon Ball throughout the chapters, understanding how the characters work. And if you ever, if everyone ever wants to learn how to write a character, Totally Not Mark has made very, very good videos about how Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, Piccolo have been written, as well as Frieza, if you're looking for anyone to be a villain. So that's what I want to say on anything before we do anything about that.
Understand? Good job. Also, quick thing, Carthu's Dojo. Check them out too.
Okay.
They're good for power scaling and good what ifs for Dragon Ball.
Actually, Indoraptor said he's been or they've been wanting to watch Dragon Ball Superhero, so that's actually, I want to watch it too. I haven't seen it yet.
It's so good.
That's what I've been hearing. So when we get to the super stuff, that's gonna be all you. You're gonna be telling me if it like a lot of the things there. So let's go to, we're gonna go back to fights in Dragon Ball.
Okay.
So the fighting styles in Dragon Ball, I think that they very much so did change right after fighting Raditz. So Raditz might have been the last true fight between anybody in a the last true fight in Dragon Ball Z, where someone actually has to put some effort into something. There's, Piccolo and Goku are very weak against it. Weaker than Raditz, so they actually have to strategize for a couple things, and with the self-sacrifice and all that stuff too.
Mhm.
So, past that point, what did you? So, where do you think the story progressed to? Because I don't think there's that many jokes anymore.
I feel like they put all of their jokes into, like, all the, like, the side episodes, or as they would like to call them, the filler episodes. Whereas in, like, the main I guess the main story there really wasn't that. It was just more like heavy situations like, "Oh, man, we gotta do this," or "The world's gonna be destroyed," or "Namak's gonna be destroyed," or "Someone's gonna die." You know what I
Yep.
mean? So I feel like they definitely lost it in, like, their main story, but they try to make it up inside the filler, which a lot of people I mean, the filler wasn't bad, but I'm not gonna say it was the greatest either.
I mean that's true. I think their filler was a lot more tolerable than a lot of other animes for sure, though. Um,
Yeah.
so just gonna pop over really quick to the chat really quickly. So I have what Broly do you like more? Is it DBZ Broly or Dragon Ball Super Broly? Um, okay, this is not a loaded question. Is very much and obviously gonna be OG DBZ Broly. Uh, and that is not for that is
Mm.
so it's the only reason, and it's not because of like I hate the new Broly. The newest Broly is like amazing. I just like villains to just be villains for no apparent reason than just to be bad. Like I don't like them to have a reason to be evil. Like I hated the fact that Thanos was like, I want the universe to have half of this population because the worlds are being destroyed. It's like, no, I don't give a shit. Just tell you like you want to bang death, and I'd be like, all right, that's fine with me. I don't care. Be evil for the sake of being evil sometimes is really nice. Like you don't need um a real background story for it.
Hold on. Let's just rewind a little bit right quick.
Okay.
He has a reason. Because Goku was crying too much, didn't let him get his beauty sleep, bro. That's why he was evil,
Yeah,
man.
like what kind of reason is that?
That's his reason
You're not
right
gonna tell me
there.
that's a good reason.
No. Let me tell you, I'll be cranky too if someone woke me up from my sleep.
The homie was sedated. No, actually, no. I take that back. He destroyed the entire South Galaxy before he even met Goku again when he was older.
I mean, I would do the same thing. Come on, man. If
Oh,
I had that power,
bro.
I'd be like, yo, hold on. You messed up my good sleep. You know what? Dishonor on your whole entire family. This whole entire universe is going bye bye. That's how we going.
Jesus Christ.
Don't mess with my sleep.
All right. So let's get back. Let's get back to this. All right. Um so the Dragon Ball saga. The Dragon Ball Z saga. Um and this is only from the Raditz portion all the way up to Cell. So if you know exactly what I mean when I say that, I mean like we're just talking about Gohan at this point.
Mhm.
Uh, so Gohan gets introduced. He's a kid with too much power, and he doesn't really know. It's the same idea of like how Goku turns into the great ape, and but it's just like little kid, too much power, but it's not training with any of it. So he has a lot of, like if you really look into it, Gohan has a temper when he's a kid, and the only time his power comes out is when he's having an outburst of anger.
Mhm.
But what do you think really could have happened at the end of like, he got older? Do you think he would have been a really good character to like keep following?
And what do you mean by that?
Um, so basically what I'm saying is like we have like what we've seen with Gohan every time he has like, these bursts of power, anything like that,
Mhm.
um, it's because he's angry. He's just an angry kid trying to, do like fight because he's like has nothing else he can really say. Um, what do you like? Me personally, I don't think I would have actually enjoyed watching Gohan be older and be the main character of Dragon Ball because he's not a he's not a reactive character. Like it's not like
Mm.
stuff is happening for like to him that he has to react to. He's a character that is already in the midst of a fight, and the only reason why he's, you know, in the fight is because he's angry. So watch, like, to me, I feel like watching like a kid who, you know, keeps always having those outbursts would not have been fun to watch. But
No, I could agree with that.
yeah,
I think sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was taking a sip of water.
You're good. I think Gohan had the potential to be a good like main character after the Cell Saga if they wrote him correctly. But him as an adult, I mean, I feel like they kind of rectified that with the Dragon Ball Superhero movie.
Okay.
Um, and the development that they gave him inside like the Torment Power arc in a sense. Because Gohan, he's not as reactive anymore. You know, when he actually did become an adult. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but he kind of found like a sense of justice in a sense. Like I'm gonna fight for my family. I'm gonna do X, Y, Z. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I was
Yeah,
reading
that
chat.
great saying, man. Crap.
I was reading
Yeah,
chat. Um,
yeah,
so
yeah.
one Indoraptor is saying, speaking of Broly Mega, have you seen the animation Legend? I have not seen that.
Oh, it's
Um,
so
I've
good.
never heard of it, to be honest with you.
It's really good.
So
You
that
should
might have
watch
to, yeah, I might have to do that after streams, just so I, you know, remember.
it. Mhm.
Um, yeah, I guess two people are recommending it now. And then Ira Sakai is saying that he's never been a fan of Gohan as a character, young or old. So I don't know if you, okay, so again, another person, so three people say it is worth watching.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you I know it's going to be probably a little bit more difficult to type it through, but if you want to type why you didn't like Irasakai, why you didn't like Irasakai, why you didn't like Gohan Irasakai, I greatly appreciate it, so we can actually understand a little bit more. Um, I personally like Gohan when he was a kid. You know, kid up to the teenager. Um, it was, you know, something that's very interesting to me. It was something that was really fun. Because you're not really, you see Goku is always like the, you know, this has a Saitama trope, but you know, he's always there last minute to save everybody. Um, but it's not like you always see Gohan struggling to do what is best for everyone else. He got the like his potential unlocked and still gets his ass whooped though. So
You know, but the thing is, I just want to say, Gohan, his whole purpose, he didn't want to fight. He's not a fighter. He's
yeah,
always wanted to become a scholar, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And will fight when is necessary. And I feel like the thing with Gohan, at least my personal opinion, I feel like we really grew up with Gohan in a sense. Like we saw him through multiple stages of his life versus, I mean, yes, we did the same thing with Goku, but it was
Hmm.
more in your face with Gohan, inside of Z at least.
And he's it's just so insane. Um, Indoraptor said Gohan's age is broken. Gohan teen is like 11 or 12, and that's very true. So Gohan as a teenager is not him. He's more of a preteen. Um,
But do you count this hyperbolic time chamber years?
Hyperbolic time chamber years is only a year, and that's also makes him like I think 12, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I think like with the hyperbolic time chamber, it's only like he's like 12 years old. I don't think he ever reaches that plateau of like being a teenager. And then we say Kid Goku is like Kid Goku, and he's around the same age range too.
Mhm.
So I don't know. it's just whatever you really feel like saying at that point, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well,
Um, but yeah, Gohan's arc really was not that bad between the entire time frame of like him getting to the Cell Saga. When the Majin Buu saga hit, it was more or less like, what do you think, like what are we gonna do after this? um it would like I would love to see like how Gohan progressed, but I didn't really see like, you know, looking back now, I never see Goku, or I never see Gohan following Goku. I can see
mhm.
Goten following Goku because Goten's kind of dumb, but
Yeah,
Gohan is a mama's boy. He is, you know, he is a scholar. It's not he wants to be a scholar at this point. Um, And honestly, I think like the way, like, his legacy ends is kind of perfect. Unfortunately, like if I wanted to, like, if you wanted to, you can add Gohan a lot better. But like, where do you really go from there?
I mean, they show that technically inside Super, but I mean, just for Z itself, I mean, it all came full circle. No, Gohan, he was the strongest. I'm not gonna say in all phases of Dragon Ball, but he had the potential to be the strongest in all phases of Dragon Ball. And they
Yeah,
kind of showed that at the end of Z, technically, or at least at the end of the Majin Buu saga, because from what they're saying, Ultimate Gohan is still technically stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku,
that
power
is,
scaling
yeah,
wise.
yeah, but mm.
I know, I don't like it either, but technically, from what they're saying,
I will talk about power scaling later, but power scaling in Dragon Ball makes zero sense.
it legit stopped making sense after the Frieza saga.
Most definitely did. Okay, so we got a little graphic novel going on with Sakai right now.
Where's the pictures?
There's a little middle finger at the bottom. You don't see it though.
Hey, oh,
Um,
okay, got it.
so he says, I feel like he's kind of weird as a fighter and character. When they try to be funny with him, it just felt kind of annoying. I guess maybe they were trying to emulate young Goku comedy, but it just doesn't work with Gohan. I agree. The whole Chi Chi constantly being utterly ridiculous. He came off as kind of a wuss. Also true. Um, he came off as kind of a wuss. I wanted to see a badass Goku 2.0. He just never really, in my eyes, lives up to Goku's fighting, his ideals. Sure, Gohan has heart, but not like Goku. All right.
I have a question for you.
For me or for Kai?
This could just go with everyone. Let's
Oh,
go
okay.
for everyone. Um, so what are your thoughts on Japanese Goku versus, I guess, English Goku? Where English Goku was supposed to be more like a Superman figure in the sense where Japanese Goku is more like, I just want to fight strong people, and that's all he really cared about. He didn't care about saving the world. He just wanted to fight strong people for the sake of fighting strong people.
I like the
Intestines
Japanese
limits.
version a lot better about with that portion of it. I I think also just living in America. I just think the voice acting for Goku is a lot better, but I think that's me being biased because I lived with that like that voice for so long. Um, but I really like I prefer the whole I'm just here to fight Goku.
Mhm.
That person's a lot cooler to me.
I wish like the Ocean dub English voice cast. Yeah. Oh, did you know that there was this is gonna skip over to Dragon Ball Super. Do you
Yeah,
know that they originally wanted to cast the OG voice actor, English voice actor for Goku Black for Dragon Ball? It wasn't gonna be Sean
actually,
Schemmel for both,
would have been smart.
but Sean Schemmel said, "No, I'm gonna be the only Goku."
Rude.
Yes,
Sorry about that, guys. Something just dropped in my room.
it wasn't BB, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, it was not BB. If it was BB, there would be a whole tears going out down my face. Oh my god.
You would have saw him go Super Mega.
I was like, no. um. Yeah. No. I actually miss a lot of like what Goku used to be like sometimes, but like at the same time, I'm like, I don't really want Goku. I want a Goku who's just punching stuff for fun. Like I don't need him to have like a superhero. I'm a Superman backstory. Like he fell on his head as a child. That's as far as I care about.
Mhm.
Um. But why would you need that? Like why do you need no one always needs to have a Superman. And this is as a person who doesn't like Superman probably, but like, no, you don't need a Superman for everything. It's
I mean,
dumb.
this kind of goes back to our conversation last time, how everyone needs like that symbol of peace and stuff like that, like that. I guess that's what they were just trying to embody. Because I mean, in the anime community, they didn't really have too much of that at that time frame, at least for Americanized anime. So they're
Yeah.
like, you know what? Let's make Goku a hero of justice. Let him be the light that casts shadows, like that dissolves the darkness and stuff like that. He's gonna be the true Super Saiyan, as they say.
Are you quoting Goku right now to me?
Yeah, from from only the English stuff because he can't say none of that inside the Japanese. Like I'm just gonna beat your ass. Beat your
I'm
ass.
here to beat your ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. That's
You
the
killed
Goku.
Krillin, I'm gonna beat your ass.
That's Goku's rule right there. That should just be it. Like as far as everything else, you beat my friend's ass, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Mm-hmm. Aristocai, I definitely agree with you. Definitely agree with you.
Yeah, the he makes him corny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I mean, that's technically Goku's personality. He's a hick.
he
That's
no, that's
he's a country bumpkin.
he's a
That's his whole entire thing. Is that a bad
is.
word?
I
Is the
don't
H word a
know,
bad?
dude. I don't know.
I don't know if that's a bad word.
I
I feel like it's not, but like I feel like people could get offended by it.
yeah,
I don't
we're in
know.
the gray
My
area.
bad.
We're in the gray.
I don't
It's
know.
fine. It's
My
fine.
bad.
It's fine. Don't worry.
He's a country bumpkin. There you go. That's a better word to say it.
Um, but yeah, this Goku just sometimes needs to, be. Also, I guess it's the same thing as me being like, villains. Sometimes villains just need to be villains. Just sometimes the dude just wants to fight. Like, why you
Mhm.
gotta give him like a reason after that point? Like, I want to punch some dude in the face. Like, cool. Like you never like Goku's whole face is like you have a punchable face.
Yeah. Like, oh,
Like,
you're stronger than me. Let me get to your level
yeah,
and then surpass it.
doesn't need anything past that point. Like, I'm fine with it.
So I have a question for you, sir. I don't know if this is on your docket or not,
Probably not.
but what was your favorite villain out of the OG Dragon Ball Z?
All right, so don't get mad at me.
I won't get mad at you.
Um, Super Boo.
Why would I get mad at that?
I don't know. I just want to make sure you know it's not. It's just don't get mad about it. It's Super Boo.
No, but I like to hear your reasoning.
Um, Majin Buu had no reason to be evil, right? Majin Buu actually is like the incarnation of evil. I think that was
Yeah.
what it was. Um, so the reason why I like Super Buu so much is because he wasn't. He was just kind of like vibing. Like there's Majin Buu, the fat Buu, who was a childish form of Buu, whatever. Um, there was like a really weird in between stage that I don't think anyone really talks about between Majin Buu and Super Buu.
Mhm.
I like to call it chewed up bubblegum Buu,
Okay.
and yeah, Gray Buu, chewed up bubblegum Buu.
Oh, as I call him, Evil Boo.
Yeah. Um, Super Buu was my favorite because it's just like Super Buu was just bored like at half the time. Like he wasn't like he had the same reasons to fight like almost as much as Goku. It's just like he
Mhm.
kind of just wanted to beat somebody's ass.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I like Goku, and that's the reason why I like Super Buu. Not saying that Goku's my favorite character in Dragon Ball Z or anything. It's actually Trunks, but um, Kid Buu was just like I want everything just needs to get destroyed. That was the true incarnation of evil. Is just Kid Buu, and that's kind of where you lost me. Which is actually fine because we can actually talk about something that Keishan brought up to me last week. Um, Kid Buu, future god of destruction. God no, that'd be
Well,
that'd be
hold on,
the
hold on.
worst.
You know, at that time, technically, that's what Kid Buu was supposed to be. He was the god of destruction before, at least if I'm not mistaken. He was supposed to be like a god of destruction at that time frame
Oh, I didn't know
before
that.
they actually made the god of destructions. Because his whole entire thing was he's going to destroy everything. So they named him as like a god of destruction in a sense, not in like the Dragon Ball Super terms, but
Yeah,
that's
but
kind of
like
like
in the
what
sense of that
title
is,
is that?
yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I didn't know that. I know that he what was it? Kid Buu or one of the Boos. Ooh, that almost fell again. Kid Buu and one of the Boos actually absorbed like a fat Kai, and
Mhm.
that's why Buu was created in the first place.
Yep, the Grand Supreme Kai.
Yeah. And I guess that dude was just really stupid. I don't really know what the hell happened on that one.
Yeah, no, he was really goofy. He got in the way of what's it called? The Grand Supreme Kai thing, he's gonna get more powers. And he's like, nope, I'm just gonna be a fluff.
Yeah, like I don't know what happened on that one. Um Indoraptors just said, I just noticed God of Destruction's acronym is God.
Actually, I
Yeah.
did not realize that.
I did just realize that
Right now.
too.
Okay, okay.
So while
Respectable.
we're on the topic of, Boo and everything, let's talk about that arc. So that's actually the first introduction of the fusions. Um, so you brought up the fact that who's actually stronger? Was it Gogeta or Vegeta?
Hmm.
I don't remember exactly what you said. I would actually have to go back in our chat, so give me 1 second. Or if you want, I don't know if
I can
you.
bring it up.
All right.
I can bring it up. Yeah, no worries. So the whole entire topic was who had the easier fights? Was it Gogeta or was it Vegeta? And then from there, who can you say is the strongest? And I think best way to divide it would be Z canon versus super canon.
Yeah. I think that's probably the best way to divide it. But I think it's uh I want to say Vegito had the harder fights because if we're talking about like Z or not Z, if we're talking about Super, who did Gogeta fight? He fought Broly, right?
Broly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Broly didn't even have his full power yet. So we don't even know how strong he's gonna get. And then Gogeta already has like the spirit of destruction got like blast thingy that I don't remember the name of it is.
Soul Punisher.
Oh yeah, Soul Punch. I was thinking Stardust something.
Actually, no, it's Soul Punisher or Stardust Breaker. So either one works.
Okay. So
Interchange.
yeah, Soul Punisher like goes into your body and just implodes you from the inside. And then Vegito has his fucking sword. I think the only difference, like I one think is Vegeta because the Patoras actually just fuse you, so both of your powers just go together. While the fusion dance actually you actually have to make sure your powers are the same level or close, so
Mhm.
you're able to fuse correctly.
Okay.
Um, that's the only reason why I think Vegeto's stronger. There's no set rules for it. That was the rule that they had to establish that you need to make sure that your power level is um closer to
Each
whoever you're
other's.
doing the fuser. Yeah, whoever you're doing the fusion with. But I can just throw you like you can be way stronger than me. You probably are way stronger than me, and then we can still do a fusion. Like there's nothing wrong. There's a whole thing about was it in Budokai 2 you can Goku fuses with Hercule because you can just do that. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter. Let's see. Chat is saying some stuff. Um Here's the guy also agrees with me that Vegito is stronger. The Patora versus the fusion dance, I think I would actually go with I think I would go with the fusion dance rather than the Patora if I had the chance to do it, in all honesty. I don't know though. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Gogeta versus
No, equals.
huh? Oh, equals,
Equals.
equals. Okay. I don't I don't
Oh,
agree with that, but
I got some comments on these.
yeah. What is Piccolo fusion that he did with Nail? So I think that's just like a
It,
Namekian thing. Like you can actually it's a forbidden technique that you can actually absorb other Namekians to gain their powers.
It's not really like a fusion, it's more like an assimilation because it's the
Yeah.
stronger personalities, the one that's gonna take over the power
Hmm.
in the body. Um, so if you want my opinion, so we're gonna just strictly sticking with Z.
Yep.
So the fights that they had inside of Z, if you want to count movie canon and stuff like that, because I
Always
mean
do.
technically movie canon and Z canon are completely different. And same thing with manga canon. Manga canon and Z canon and movie canon, all completely different, which is the craziest thing about Dragon Ball. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, Gogeta had a fight against Janemba.
Janemba.
Mhm.
Also one of
Janemba,
my favorites.
oh, he's freaking crazy. I love him.
Yeah, he's great.
Like he was like what Majin Buu could have been in a sense,
Yep.
or they were trying to emulate Majin Buu in a sense. Um, Personally, I think that I mean Gogeta's fight I think was a little bit harder. Only
That one,
because
yes.
Vegito definitely could have slapped Super Buu, no diff. But the only reason why he didn't was because he was trying to save everyone else inside of Majin Buu's stomach.
That and he's a lot cockier of a character.
Yes, yes, definitely. Um, but I feel like Vegito's fight was definitely a lot easier in a sense.
I'll give you that.
Just because of the feats of what's the name, Super Janemba. His, I guess sorry, Goku's power and his power both shook hell, which is supposed to be like almost like an infinite plane. I mean, um, yeah, I definitely feel like it was just a harder fight in a sense.
Okay, yeah,
But
I can agree with you.
power
Bring
scaling
up
wise,
Starsky again.
Vegito still wins. Just because if you're going by what Old Kai says, the Batara is a better fusion than normal Metamorph fusion. And it has a greater what's it called? I guess yield of power in a sense.
Okay.
Um,
I'm sorry, I'm looking through chat right now and I
you're
have a
good.
question. And then I have like I'm just laughing at the last thing.
It'd be Gomasu because it's
Gomasu.
still Sama. It is because it's Goku like Samasu. It'd be Gomasu.
Oh my god.
I mean, think about it. Who do you think would win in a fight? Super Janemba or Kid Buu or Super Buu?
Okay, yeah, it would probably be Super Janemba on that one. Would it be Go Go Cuckoo?
No, 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 no.
All right,
It would
so
be Gomasu.
my only question is I don't know what FSSJ is.
Super Saiyan.
What's the F for?
Oh, I don't know what the F is. Unless
Yes.
it's supposed to be like oh,
Oh,
false.
false.
Oh, in the
Oh,
Lord Slug movie.
yeah, that's actually so. I forgot about Lure Slug until for like a false, like a hot minute. Um, that happened, I think, a second time somewhere, and I'm not really sure. But
It was in one
it,
of the other movies.
yeah, the false Super Saiyan is interesting to say the least. Oh, probably the Turles movie, maybe.
Yes, yes, I believe so.
Yeah,
I
I think
originally
so.
thought it was supposed to be Kaioken, but then he ended up just going like false Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
I could be correct. Incorrect.
Oh no, yeah, the Lord Slug movie for sure. But I was wondering if there was another movie that they showed it in, or if that was the only one or not. Um, but yeah, the Janemba movie was great. Lord Slug is actually a really good idea, and then I think that's actually where they took the idea for Piccolo in the superheroes movie.
Oh yeah, the Super
Because
Namekian stuff.
yeah, the Super Namekian stuff that they never like touched on ever again. Because I believe like Lord Slug turned orange or some crap like that, and then I was like, oh, so they actually brought back super Namekians. That's great. Um, wasn't the hair color wasn't the hair that color because the manga didn't know? Yeah, the manga didn't know the color of the Super Saiyan was going to be, so um fun fact, I guess. Akira Toriyama didn't actually know the color that he actually wanted to make Goku's hair yet. So the blonde that you actually see in, you know, the Super Saiyan now is because it's a lot more vibrant. It actually pops out a lot more on pages. So when you're making like that color, that full color page, you see Goku, but you also see the hair a lot more. It's like something that really will stick out to you. What's this?
Oh, midnight.
Midnight got some new. First off, I appreciate the 27-month sub. Like, what the hell?
Holy
And
schmoly.
also congratulations on your new emo. Is that a shit on a cone? Oh, yep, it's a poopsicle. It's called an ice poop.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Actually, that's actually hilarious.
Oh,
yes.
I, what's it called? Your thoughts on pre-Cell Saga Dragon Ball Z versus post-Cell Saga Dragon Ball Z? Sorry, Android Saga. So everything from Frieza, no, Frieza's defeat
Okay.
before Future Trunks. So that, you know, the Saiyan Saga, which technically Raditz is part of the beginning of the Saiyan Saga. So Raditz all the way up to Frieza stuff
Mm-hmm.
versus Cell up into Majin Buu. Do you feel like they lost a lot of like I guess the writing inside of the later stuff versus the beginning stuff?
I think that broke. That's great. I need a new chair. um, I honestly think that um the writing kind of got lost after a certain point. Like, what? Like they could have gone somewhere. Like, I feel like they could have done a little bit more with the idea of like, you know, Cell got to as strong as he wanted to. Then they were just like, you know what we could do? We could just do a tournament. Like we'll end this all in a tournament. We'll see who's the
Mhm.
strongest right there and then, rather than like, because you know, nobody in Dragon Ball is ganging up on anybody. But
No, they ain't jumping in.
no, but at the same time, like I don't think that that was the move. I don't think they should have done it like that. I don't like. I liked the what they did there. I thought it was like very intense. Everything worked out really well, but why does everything have to end in a tournament after a certain point? You know.
Yeah.
Um, I actually, in all honesty, I like the bringing it up to the Frieza saga. I thought that they did really well up to that point.
Mhm.
Um, and I really thought like something that, you know, totally not Mark, you know, the YouTube channel I actually mentioned earlier. Something he said was like how Frieza's transformations progressed from like, you know, how he looked originally, progressed going to the next form to make it more complex, the next form to make it a little bit more complex, to what he truly looks like, which is just a simple, you know, simple character design. Like you don't need to have something so complicated be evil, which is something I also really enjoy about like Boo, because it's also another character who isn't a complicated look, but you know that this is your true evil.
Mhm.
Whereas
I hear
again, Frieza, not Frieza, Cell, I think have like the most complicated design, but it was like it's still all the characters you know inside of that one monster.
you. Yeah, I agree with that.
Dude, I can't believe this actually popped off. Guys, this is actually really funny. So this is also going to go on this is going on Spotify regardless. So you're gonna hear like a lot of smashing, crashing, and dropping. Because my chair actually just popped off.
Oh no! Rip.
Yeah, it's really funny. So on Spotify, it's actually going to be like the same title that you see here. It's Mega on Air. I I can send it to you if you want. I can, it's on, I don't think it's still on my link tree. I still don't think I did anything with that yet, but I do have it in my Discord. So if you have any suggestions for another topic you want me to talk about, you can throw it in there. I haven't really talked about video games recently. It's just saying that out loud. We're going to talk about this for a little bit. So I have if you check my link tree, you can see a lot of the stuff that I have. I can put that in chat for you. So if you want, I have merch. That's where my socials are. That's where basically a lot of the stuff I have is. I have if you guys want, because you saw that my chair just destroyed itself, I have a little gift area too. So if you guys want to give me a gift because you think I'm doing such a great job, haha. So let me see what it's called. I think it's called Throne, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Throne. So it actually shows a mask. So I just haven't gotten around to getting that mask, which is really why it's there. Also a different gaming chair, which I might actually need to be getting soon. So that's pretty much all it is. That's just me doing my little promo crap. You don't really need to do it if you don't want to, so don't worry. This is also going to be on YouTube, also called Mega on Air, if you want to join in. And that's just to help me, raise my channel stuff. Also, this is also to promote all my other things. Obviously, I'm not really active on my socials, unfortunately, but I am down to talk about anything. So that's pretty much it. Also, if you guys haven't watched it, the new Suicide Squad gameplay is actually out. So
that was the thing.
Yeah, I know. Just to give everybody something to look up. Do some homework.
Soul Punisher or Stardust Breaker only is supposed to destroy the evil inside of you, which is why it killed Janemba. Actually didn't kill him. It destroyed all the evil in him, and it reverted him back to that demon that worked under King Yemma.
Okay. So
that's why it didn't work on Broly, because Broly he wasn't evil.
Yeah, he's just a little Engie boy.
His father got hit by a stray ki blast. That's all that happened.
Yo, can I tell you, I laughed so hard when I saw that scene. Like, when that movie came out. Oh my god! I was in Seattle at the time, and I went to the movies by myself because I was on on my little personal vacation for a month from GameStop. I saw that movie by myself and laughed as hard as I ever have in a movie. It's really bad, guys. It's so bad.
Broly, look, your father, he got hit by a stray energy blast.
Frieza is the best, I swear to God.
Is Frieza actually racist?
Isn't Dragon Ball Universe 3 releasing sometime soon? It might be.
Probably not. Probably not.
Well, that's our answer.
Probably not. We're still getting concept for Xenoverse 2.
Yeah. Yeah, probably not then. So let's talk about the fusion still. So we have, I'm gonna go down a list. I'm just making sure you know that. We have the Goku Vegeta fusions. We have the Goku Hercule fusion. We have
Goku,
because we're doing a lot. What's another one? Krillin. There's a Krillin Cell fusion. If you guys don't know that one.
Tiancha, don't forget.
Tiancha is the thing. Who else is there?
There's a Frieza and Cell one.
That actually sounds terrifying. Trunks Goten, that's also a fusion, like all three versions of that. I feel like there's a Videl one somewhere that I'm not really thinking of, but
there's a Chi-Chi and Bulma one.
Oh, Chi-Chi and Bulma one sounds sounds like
saucy.
sounds like it was from a different kind of series.
There's a Vegeta and Trunks one. Adult Trunks.
Is there really?
There is.
I like that idea. Sounds a little weird, but I like that idea. Um, so I know you want to talk about fusions a little bit, and I know like the power scaling and everything. There's a Goku Gohan fusion, yes, somewhere.
There was supposed to be one. That was supposed to that was supposed to be Vegito.
Oh yeah, that was. What would that be? That'd still be Gohan. Goquan.
Yeah.
Goquanda.
Oh no. He turned to Goku Black.
Don't shoot. He's not black. Worst line ever.
The greatest line ever. What do you mean? Especially at the time that it came out with all the...
I was like, oh Lord, you did not just say that.
Oh shoot, this man isn't black.
That was the worst thing ever. I was like, oh no, they did not just say this. And everyone on TikTok was like, yep, they said it. They said it out loud for everybody to see.
Oh, and it would be Gokhan.
Gokok? Is that what you just...
Gokhan.
Oh, Gokon. Yes. That would be it. Gokon.
Frieza is speciest. Yep.
Yeah, he definitely hates monkeys.
Hello, monkey.
Dude, it's like so wild that they do that.
So great. So great.
I honestly think the most potential still probably is Gotenks, and they just refuse to do anything about it. Like I really wish they would actually put like Gotenks in like more stuff, and they're just like, nah, it's fine. They're just children. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I have a question for you.
What's up?
Kind of on like the line of that. Do you think that, with passing of like I guess not passing, with each age they're supposed to get stronger, right? With
Yep.
each thinning of the Saiyan bloodline in a sense.
Maybe.
It is. Only reason why I say that is because Pan technically has more potential than Gohan does, in a sense.
Okay, then yes, I do agree
In a
with that part.
sense. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Do you think that Goten has more potential than Gohan does if he was to apply himself?
I actually, so the only reason why I'm gonna say yes about this, right? Let me make myself a little bit taller for a second.
And you're like 6'7". What you talking about?
My chair shrinks down. That's why.
Understandable.
Goten has a lot more potential than Gohan. And the only reason why is because Gohan suffers from being the first child.
Mm.
So he was, like I said earlier, he was the mama's kid and all that other stuff. He never got the chance to be that full potential that we all want, like, wanted or whatever. It's the issue is Goten gets a chance to play and have fun and go do trainings. Gohan never got that option from Chi Chi. Chi Chi trained Goten, and and I know people like everyone forgets that Chi Chi used to be a martial artist, but like Chi Chi trained Goten until he turned Super Saiyan, and she got mad that he was a delinquent. It's just like how everything happened. It was just Chi-Chi didn't want Gohan to fight, and then she turned around and had a second kid and was like, all right, bitch, you gonna learn today. Like it's just
Catch
not
these hands.
fair.
You look like your dad. You look like your dad. Catch these hands right quick.
Yeah, it was literally draw your blade or catch his fate. Like this is really what happened.
Technically, Goku isn't a prince? I thought he was. Technically, he'd be a prince.
How is Goku gonna be a prince? Vegeta's technically not a prince.
No, Goku is a prince just because of what's his name? Chi-Chi's a princess. Because the
Oh,
Ox
I forgot about that crap.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, he born, yeah, he's actually born into royalty too. I forget, like that's a thing. So Goku's married into royalty. Vegeta is royalty. Vegeta is technically the king of all 5 Saiyans, and Goku. I mean, granted, the Ox King lost all of his money, but like he's still kind of a prince, like in the sense that Goku is a prince.
Wait, hold on, right quick. Technically, Vegeta might not be a king because remember his brother Tarbell's still out there. He is technically canon,
Yeah, but he's
so they'd
also the
have to
younger
fight over the
brother.
crown. They'd have to fight over the crown. Come on now.
No, no, no. So, how you know, the hierarchy stuff happens is like the oldest is old. Yeah, so Vegeta is older than Tarbell,
Mhm.
so the firstborn son becomes the king, and then um the prince will still be the youngest. So you still have the title of prince until like that happens.
Yeah.
Fat Platypus is up in here now too. Oh my god.
Hey.
So just to go back for the sake of yeah. So we're talking about Tarbell right now. Um just so we can go back. No one's slandering anything. We're not slandering his name or anything like that. We're just talking about how he's still a prince, not considered a king, because Vegeta is still considered like would become king because he's firstborn. That is it.
Yeah.
But so the last portion of what I wanted to talk about is what if. So we actually there's I've been during the summer I was listening to a whole lot of the what if series of like what's going on with Dragon Ball. None of it's real, unfortunately, but
It should be. It should
oh
be.
my god, it was so good. Like I cannot express to you how good a lot of that stuff was.
Mhm.
um so for the most part, it like the what if portions were after the Frieza saga. So it was like, what if Vegeta, not Vegeta, Gohan and Piccolo went to go find a cure for Goku's, heart disease. Um, and that honestly was amazing. So they actually had to go into the hyperbolic time chamber and travel through it, like to go into a different dimension to go find someone who might be able to help with it.
Mm.
So it's like, what's deeper inside of the hyperbolic time chamber? Why is it so infinite? It's because it goes into a multiverse of Dragon Ball. So it's basically like a portal, and they're just at the entrance.
The funny thing is that actually would make a lot of sense because, there are multiple it's kind of like a pocket dimension in a sense.
Yeah,
Because technically Whis has one of those as well. Frieza, if do you mind spoilers?
go ahead. It's fine.
Okay. I guess in the most recent manga, not most recent, but in the granola arc of the manga, Dragon Ball Super, um, Frieza, he comes back and he's black, but it's because he found a hyperbolic time chamber like area on a planet, which gave
Oh,
him different area, like I guess different time frame to fight, like train himself up in, which got him above Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego. And the only reason why I guess in this I'll go into that arc a little bit later.
all
But
right.
just know he is the most powerful at that moment in time until Beast Gohan.
Okay, that's Jesus. Everyone's coming in today.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
I'll show your mom part-time chamber.
Jesus, that was
So
mean.
it'll be like 5 seconds IRL time, but a year.
Yeah, and he's just like,
There,
it's insane.
there you go.
All right, so let's get into the third portion. Which, by the way, we've been each topic has been just about like around 30 to 45 minutes for each portion of this, which is kind of cool. But
Yeah.
um, Fat Platypus actually redeemed an oh yeah, so he gets an oh yeah.
So there you go.
um, so Goku's still alive. so if Goku killed Tarble, Raditz, Vegeta, um, the answer still would be he's no one would really be king. He's still just a dad at that point. And
No, yeah, he'd still be a lower class Saiyan.
yeah, so unfortunately, he wouldn't become king because he's still a lower class Saiyan. Um, let's
Um,
see. Mecha Frieza seeing Trunks go Super Saiyan, he had flashbacks. He most
but
definitely did have flashbacks. He probably pooped himself.
low key, I gotta answer this question.
Oh.
Goku and if Goku and Zeno fuse together, they'd become Superman. Fifth dimensional Superman. That's it. You just see the giant S
He becomes
on his
Mitzi.
chest.
All right, so we're gonna hit off the next portion of it, which is gonna be everyone's favorite part, right? Dragon Ball GT.
Oh, Goku time. Let's go.
Yeah. All right, so Dragon Ball GT, I'm gonna also agree with you. You said it earlier. Dragon Ball GT wasn't terrible. It just wasn't the best. It did not make the cut, in my opinion, to like what Dragon Ball should have been. Super Saiyan 4, absolutely wonderful. I will say Baby Vegeta before the weird whatever look was also great. I'm probably one of the few people I know who actually liked Super Saiyan, not Super Saiyan, Omega Shenron.
Love him. What are you
Okay,
talking
okay. If anyone ever actually knows this is a really dumb fact about my life. My car's full name is Nova Shenron.
about?
And my original car was a small was a 2003 Volkswagen Passat. It was green. It was actually named Shenron, so I want to go through that lineage with cars
As
and
you should.
colors. So dumb fact about my life that no one really needs to care about. Um
It's respectable, sir. Respect.
yeah, for somebody. Um so my first portion of it says like why was it so bad? Um and realistically it wasn't like it was a terrible series. It didn't really give that full Dragon Ball vibe that we continuously were getting from like back when Dragon Ball Z came out and original Dragon Ball were coming here and everything. It just wasn't fully making the cut, and I think that was just really it.
Okay.
It made those nods here and there. It had like the actual like original Dragon Ball jokes. It just wasn't. I don't know. There's just something to it that just I didn't like. And I know for one thing, a good portion of Dragon Ball GT I didn't like was Pan, and I really wish she was a Greek character in that portion.
Mm, hmm I agree. I definitely agree with that.
I'm glad you do.
Um, no, Pam was probably the most annoying person on there. Um, I'm gonna say GT was not bad. After rewatching it a couple times, I feel like I appreciate it more than when I first watched it.
Yeah.
I don't like the aspects. The whole entire Black Star Dragon Ball saga, I was not a fan of it until it got up to into Baby. I know what they were trying to go through, trying to like bring back, hey, Goku, he's back as a kid. It's kind of like old Dragon Ball, and he's killing people again. Little nod to that. He is killing
Oh,
people
I
again.
can, I can, I can say something about that afterwards.
But that was their whole entire thing, trying to bring Goku back. Like, hey, you know what? These people aren't going to watch OG Dragon Ball. Let's bring back Goku as a kid, which they didn't need to do. They definitely did not need to do that. I see the setup for Super Saiyan 4, which, all right, cool. He's a kid. He gets his tail back. Blah blah blah. Whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. Kind of stupid, but they definitely could have figured out a way to get Super Saiyan 4 a different way. Um, but I will say up until Baby Saga, it was not the best. Post Baby Saga, I think that's when it really became a show of its own, in a sense. Was it short? Yeah. But the fights that they had inside there, and I mean, just the bringing back of like the Great Ape and whatnot, and making Super Saiyan 4 in a sense like the true Super Saiyan form. That's why I appreciate it.
Yeah. One thing I actually will say before anything, um, I so one thing I didn't like was Pan. The other thing I didn't like, which actually really I genuinely just annoyed the crap out of me. Um, every single time that Goku was in a fight until the baby portion of it, you would see him go into a struggle for a little bit, be like, oh my gosh, this is such a hard fight, and then like right at the end you'd be like, you're almost as strong as Boo, and then just Super Saiyan Kamehameha every time the fight it was ended. It was just like every single time you see that fight happen, it's just, oh wow, you're almost as strong as Boo, Super Saiyan almost, and then kills.
Yeah, can I also say that I feel like Goku, since they put him back into a kid, they lost so much progression as like from like Z from him.
Yeah, most definitely did.
Like they definitely dumbed him down. Like Goku at the end of Z versus GT Goku, it's he's even stupider. He's a dumbass,
Yeah, but
and
then
that's not how he should have
in
been at that
Super,
time.
like Super just killed him. He's ugh.
But I mean, you could still say since that takes place in between that 10-year time skip, which still doesn't make sense because it's definitely been longer than 10 years. But
Yeah.
in that 10-year time skip in between post Boo and that last tournament where he went to go train Oob,
Mm-hmm.
uh, it makes sense that he could still be dumb and how he could still get to like that knowledgeable like master Goku at the end of it. You know what I mean? They still have the potential to have Goku become that.
It's just it was just
I
so
know it's
bad.
stupid. He's
So that's the other thing. So I'm gonna probably, I'll go back to this afterwards too. One thing that Dragon Ball GT did perfectly, which Super is still not doing at all, um, Goku trained Boo or Oob.
Mhm.
That the whole crisis on like, this kid is a reincarnation of Boo. You need to train him. He did that. And now we're still
Mhm.
stuck with the whole, oh, by the way, were you gonna train Oob? Oh shit, that kid again. Oh look, there's a fight going on over there. Let me go do that now. I cannot stand that. That is a whole plot point that they just refuse to touch on. So like if what I'm feeling is gonna happen at this point is that like Goku's just gonna go like at the end of Super, it's just gonna go fall into GT. So everyone's gonna
So
be, oh, what's up?
no, keep going, keep going.
Oh, so like basically everyone's gonna get mad at the end of like how Super is because like you're gonna tell me that it's gonna say like Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan and Ultra Instinct are probably gonna be like weaker than Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
It's possible, but I'm gonna touch upon the Oob thing in a second. Um, they do touch upon Oob inside of Dragon Ball Super. It
Okay.
just hasn't been animated yet. I
Okay.
mean, they did mention it in I believe it was like one of the first few arcs. Um, I think it was in Beerus's arc in the beginning. They did say something about that kid. Vegeta just mentioned something like, "Oh, what about that kid you were telling me about who was like the reincarnation of Boo?" They did touch upon him, but later on inside the manga, they do actually show him, and they give him a significant boost. Um,
Are they training him
uh,
finally?
no, but him and do you care about spoilers?
So I think just because of the conversation we're talking about, the spoilers are gonna have to happen sooner or later.
Okay,
So I do apologize to anyone who doesn't want no spoilers about it, but it's happening.
okay. Um, just spoiler warning. For those of you who have not read the manga, um, there's a arc, the Moro arc. Um, Ultra Instinct's not enough to kill Moro.
Hmm.
It's not. The only way that I'm just gonna be very loosely say this. The only reason why Moro lost is because not the only reason, but a very big reason why he lost is because of Oob and his latent potential. Um, they put it so then you know how Majin Buu he absorbed the Grand Supreme Kai,
Yep.
right? And then he split off again. So there's Kid Buu and then there's Majin Buu, right? Kid Buu had God Key, right? It
Okay.
it's been confirmed. When he got purified and then got reincarnated into Oob, Oob has God Key now. That's where they're saying his potential comes from. Only reason that got brought out was because of Majin Buu, who could transform into the Grand Supreme Kai. It's really stupid. It's really weird, but they are showing more of Oob inside there. And now that we're getting close to the actual end of Z, they're going to show him a little bit more.
Okay, that's fine then. Then I won't, bash on Super anymore
No, you can. You
about
definitely can.
that.
There's plenty of reason to, because it's a clusterfuck of confusion, but in some good ways.
Okay. So I
But
won't. I'll touch on. We'll touch on it a little bit more than a little bit later. You're gonna know more than about that than I will, so I'll probably be asking you a lot of questions for it.
okay.
All right. But what? So we're just gonna talk about GT for a little bit more.
I appreciate
Because
the shout out. Thank you.
yeah, of course you're on here. You deserve the shout out. Everyone who's been talking also deserves a shout out because you're being interactive. That actually I do appreciate that stuff. Um. So GT. Dragon Ball
Mhm.
GT only has so much to it, but what do you think actually, made GT good? We talked about like kind of what made GT bad, but what made GT stand out? Like we still talk about it from time to time.
Mhm.
So what did you like?
Um, I'm just gonna be very, very just blunt. Super Saiyan 4, greatest form of all time. It's a form that actually makes sense.
Okay.
The reason why I say that is because it is the true like controlling of that Saiyan power and then manifesting it into like a single being. Not like a single being, but kind of like really harnessing the actual power of the great ape, making a true Saiyan in a sense.
Yep.
So some people could believe that that was the original form of a Saiyan, the perfect humanoid ape hybrid, which would in fact be a Super Saiyan.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Like yeah, I feel
um.
like it brought nods back to like OG Dragon Ball in that sense.
Oh, it totally did. And also I think it was. I honestly will say it's the second best transformation besides the original Super Saiyan transformation.
Yes.
Super Saiyan 3 was cool because of the hype for it in the series, but like watching it wise, like seeing Goku turn into like a golden ape and then like condensing all that down into like the Super Saiyan 4 form was beautiful.
Mhm.
That's that's just how I feel. I'm gonna say
Do you
it.
feel like it had the same impact as like the OG Super Saiyan transformation?
I
Or
do.
that's what they were trying to emulate?
Yeah, like visually, I think it did. Um, hearing the "I am a superhero" quote didn't need to be in there. It's like I'm gonna just beat your ass right now. Don't
Mhm.
worry. I think that was great. Um, that's just how I feel about it. Honestly, it was so good that it's just like why not just do it again? And I don't think they can ever. This is so bad to say, but I don't think they can ever like emulate that again.
No, because in Super, it's just Super Saiyan with blue hair dye or the
Yeah.
Power Rangers, essentially. Each Super Saiyan has a different color hair.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta think about it. You got Super Saiyan, which is yellow. You got Super Saiyan God, which is red.
hmm
You got Super Saiyan Blue. You got Super Saiyan Rose. You got
Rose.
Legendary Super Saiyan. There you go. We got some Power Rangers right there. We got
You
Ultra
really got
Instinct.
the
We got the
Power
white
Rangers
one.
going on.
And you got base
They're
form for black.
different
Come on now.
flavors.
They are. Skittles Taste the Rainbow, non-sponsored. It's crazy. I mean, I feel like definitely Super Saiyan 4 had the best design for a Super Saiyan, or for, I
Absolutely.
guess, one of the better no, better designs in general, because it took like the best parts of like the ape and the best parts of like actual Goku, and they have magical pants. They do. You
Yeah,
gotta think about it. They have magical pants.
look. I can't fully have an argument for that because in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball GT, I have seen Goku get hit so hard with an attack that he's lost his pants.
Mm-hmm.
And then Goku's like, I'm gonna turn Super Saiyan 4, which is from a child to an adult, and his pants got bigger. Like, I don't know
And they
how
have
that
different
worked.
colors too. It's a
And they
different color
changed
too.
they did change colors.
I told you.
Oh my god.
They got magical pants, bro. Come on.
They're magical garment girls at this point. I don't know.
Hold on. Let me just tell you. Right there, Super Saiyan 4 beats Superman right there. He got magic
Oh
on
my
him. He got the magic pants.
Oh my god. This is this makes me happy. We found a way for Goku to be Super Saiyan, like to just be Superman at this point.
There you go, confirmed. It's been confirmed.
It's been confirmed. Super Saiyan 4 Goku is a magical garment girl, and magic does defeat Superman, so Superman will be defeated by Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
Which also means Sailor Moon beats all.
Oh, Sailor Moon does top all. Hands down.
Mm-hmm. It is facts.
Oh my god.
Ah. You can't believe he did it.
We did it. We did it, boys.
We figured it out. And it's only Super Saiyan 4, not the other forms. They don't
Nope.
work.
Goku can be God. Superman can be gods, but he can't be Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
Mm-hmm. Not just because he got the drip. It's the drip that actually wins.
He really do got the drip too. Like his pants and his shoes got bigger. Like, it doesn't make sense, but it worked.
They changed colors.
They did change colors. Like,
oh, do you like the fact? Actually, no. What are your thoughts on the fact that Goku, after the Baby Saga, he could have turned back into an adult, but chose not to?
Yeah, he deserves to get slapped in the face for that nonsense. But wait, no, he chose to do it because he needs to bring the Earth back, right?
Yes, but he still could have turned into an adult later on. All you had to technically do was just get the Namekian Dragon Balls.
That's true. That is very true.
And I don't like the fact that they didn't bring up Namek inside of there.
They rarely bring him Namek now.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna just keep going, but like the Black Star balls I actually did enjoy. I thought that was a really good consequence for like abusing, like really abusing the Dragon Balls.
Oh, the Shadow Dragon Saga?
Yeah, I actually thought the idea of it was really good. The dragons themselves lackluster sometimes, except for Nova Shenron top tier. But like there should be a consequence for so much power being used. Like it does make perfect sense.
True.
And I really think that was a smart move. Like it's something that should have been happening. Like why are you using like there's literally a whole thing of how Oolong used the Dragon Balls for panties and just wore them on his head. Like homie's a pig, like literally a pig, and wearing panties on the top of his head.
I got a question for you.
What's
that
up?
goes along with it, kind of. Do you think that Dragon Ball is Super, or say if they do go past the end of Z now, and they do something like a GT, how do you think they could improve upon the Shadow Dragon Saga? So with Super Canon put in there, how do you think they could, make it go on? Do you think that they can technically do like a Super Dragon Ball version of it, like with the Super Dragon Balls being used too much, then it be like a multiversal thing, or what do you think?
I don't think they should do it as a multiversal thing, because I think it would complicate the story a little too much. And as if you don't remember, there's some characters that are forgotten by the creator.
Yeah.
I think what they should do is probably scale it down to the universe. If they make it multiversal, they should be destroying the universes that no one cares about, so we can do like, you know, the main two universes. Trunks's future Trunks's universe is already destroyed because it got blipped out of existence. Um, but if it does go from one, if a multiversal thing, it should start with the multiverse of where I forget his name. Who's that alien from the Tournament of Power that everyone liked?
Jiren?
Jiren, yeah, I hated Jiren. So
Nah, everyone hates Jiren, but
Alright,
we all
cool.
love El Hermano.
El Armando.
El Hermano de Jiren.
All right. So I'm gonna come back to this. I'm gonna do like a quick little break to like take a breath and everything. Let's do some King of the Pit.
Yeah.
We have like one last piece to this either way, so it's just gonna do King of the Pit for a little bit, let you guys do a little fighting, and I'll come back.
Woo.
All right, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I think you guys were having some fun anyways. Saw that fat platypus won that fight.
Eat.
I missed you. All right, so Crimson, you said you had some points you wanted to bring up, right?
Yes. What was your favorite arc in GT and why? And then I have one more after that.
I think it's the same thing as everyone else. I'm not, it's me being very biased on this one too. The Dragon Ball, the GT arc where Omega Shenron becomes a thing. I actually did like the Shadow Dragon arc, but more until the end of it. That's pretty much it. It's just like I really like the fights. The 4-star Dragon Ball was amazing. There was another Dragon Ball, the aquatic like female dragon. I thought that fight was more humorous. It kind of brought back like a lot of more comedy from the GT, well not GT, the original Dragon Ball era. How Goku really doesn't give a shit about being naked or not. He like it's just because like that's how he lived most of his life. He like Goku used to pull his pants down just to go fishing because he used his tail. Like it's like I don't give
Mhm.
a shit. Like it's like I don't give a shit. Um, they brought back a lot of things, but it's still the issue of Pan being Pan throughout the entire series that kind of kills me.
Yeah, I
What
definitely
about
agree.
yeah? But what about for you?
Baby Saga,
Okay,
with Shadow Dragon Saga being a close second.
all right.
Um, if I have to put in a tier list, it'd be Baby Saga, Shadow Dragon Saga, Super 17, and we're just not gonna talk about the beginning.
I'll be honest. Super 17, I didn't really like. Um,
Really?
I didn't like the fact that Super 17 never really talked.
Yeah.
That was a huge gripe for me. The other um the Baby Saga was amazing. I won't deny that. We talked about it earlier, and that did a lot. The other one that I liked, it wasn't even really a saga. It was just like the ending of GT, and it sounds like a joke, but like I like when GT ended. No, it's like I like the ending of GT after Goku goes on to Shenron's head and says like I need to go to sleep, and they kind of like write out and you see Goku Jr. um
Mhm.
the story about Goku Jr. is actually really well made. um it's like it's not like anything scary. It's just a new iteration. They could have actually continued um with Goku Jr. being like becoming this kid Saiyan, Vegeta Jr., which I get, granted I really don't like. They both would just gave up on names at that point,
Mhm.
but um it was like the idea of how Goku Jr. is a scaredy cat. Goku Jr. is Pog. That's what Fat Platypus said. Um, but Goku Jr. just like did so much, and he's just like he. They didn't do enough for him. I feel like,
Yeah.
but it was also like a really good ending for like the series, and it started off kind of me, but they they did a lot better with it.
I could definitely agree with that. I think so. I'm gonna bring it back real quick.
Yeah,
Reason why Baby Saga is probably my favorite is because it gave me a lot of like Frieza vibes. There's actually like reasons why freaking Baby, in a sense, well, obviously, besides Super Saiyan 4 thing, Baby actually had a proper motivation on why he wanted to like he just wanted to bring back his people. You know,
yeah,
what I mean? By using the Saiyans and everyone else on Earth. Because the Saiyans are the ones who destroyed all of his people and took over their planet. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So like I appreciate that it actually had like it has some decent storytelling in a sense. Gave a villain a good reason as to why they wanted to actually get revenge on the Saiyans. And showing that the Saiyans they're not always going to be the hero in this situation. You know what I mean?
yeah. I think Fat Platypus said it basically the same way. Baby had actual stakes instead of herder kill.
Yeah. um but yeah, anyway, going back to what you were saying before. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
End of Z. I feel like I mean, even if Goku Jr. didn't show up in there, I feel like they ended it off properly in a
Yes.
sense. Like Goku's story actually came to like a proper ending and stuff like that, and it all ended up with him, the 4-star Dragon Ball, and Shenron. Um, what do you think that form was that Goku had at the end of Z when he
Z or GT?
sorry, GT, my bad.
Okay.
The end of GT, when he was raising the spirit bomb after he got eviscerated. So he came back. Do you think he was alive? Do you think he was dead? Because he didn't have a halo over his head, but he was invulnerable, and then had to go with Shenron at the end of it. So what do you think actually happened? Because remember, all he had before there was just his clothes. And even after that, all that was left was just his clothes. It's at that same position. after the negative energy attack.
Yeah, no, I'm like thinking about it now actually. Um it might honestly be just, this is gonna sound dumb, and I get it. Um so Dragon Ball Super introduces the God of Destruction. But maybe that form was their idea of Goku God of Peace, or Goku didn't become like a spirit, like didn't become a spirit per se, but he pushed beyond human, or Saiyan. Um, so,
Mortal.
yeah, he became immortal in a sense, just because like maybe that was his angel form that everyone was like thinking about now. Maybe like
Mm,
he became the angel that we all believe that Goku's turning into now, because he his body was destroyed, and maybe that final spirit bomb was like literally everything that he had.
hmm, that's a decent take on it.
Yeah, I can't really give anything else. That's like me, like that's me going above and beyond like any idea I can think of.
Okay, I respect it. My personal, my personal thought. Remember, at that time, Goku he had already he absorbed, well, he ate the 4-star Dragon Ball,
Hmm.
right? Remember that?
Yeah, he
No,
almost died on
funny.
that.
Yeah, that was funny. That would have been funny if that's what actually took him out
That would have
instead of
been
Omega Shenron.
god tier.
Would have laughed so hard. But I feel like with that, he has some type of, I guess, a resonance with Shenron. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because remember, he was the only one, he purified the Dragon Ball that was dark. He purified
he
it
did do that.
at
Yeah,
that point. So what I think was, with that communion with, or I guess resonance with Shenron, all right, cool. You died. Shenron wants you to come back, but at a price. I'll bring you back this last time because this is technically I'm not supposed to bring you back, but you're gonna come with me. You're gonna become the Dragon
yeah,
Balls. You're gonna become the protector of the Dragon Balls in a sense, which would make sense why at the end of the Goku Junior movie and stuff like that, Goku came out and gave Goku Junior the 4-star Dragon Ball. He became, in a sense, the Dragon Balls.
that's actually a really good interpretation of that too.
Just my thoughts. I feel like I said it wrong, but I think you got the gist of what I was saying.
Yeah, so like Goku basically, so basically this is me saying like something really dumb probably. Um so rather than Shenron coming out of the Dragon Balls now, it'd just be like you summon Shenron, it would just be like, "Hi, it's me, Goku. What's up?"
Could have been a sense like he is essence the Dragon Balls in a sense.
Yeah,
So Shenron will still be there, but he's kind of like the protector of the Dragon Balls in a sense.
that's actually a pretty good like, concept of it. I would actually, or like if they start overusing the Dragon Balls again, you see Goku come out to like fight Omega Shenron once more.
Hmm.
That would also be kind of cool too.
Yeah, I mean that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the protector. Like, you know what? Don't overuse these. I'm gonna take them away for 100 years. We'll bring them back when I feel like you guys are ready.
Mm-hmm. That'd actually be pretty cool too.
I think that's kind of what they were trying to allude to in a sense. Just my interpretation of it at the end of GT.
I mean, granted, if they continue with the Dragon Ball, uh, I guess the only way to say it, Dragon Ball Future, um, that's what I'm going to call it for now.
Mhm.
About what kid, Goku Junior and stuff. Maybe that's what they would have gone with too.
Yeah, where he'll always be there, only if you really need him, but
Yeah,
don't need him.
because you always have to kind of remember too. Akira Toriyama is not well. Akira, we all know Akira Toriyama is the creator of Dragon Ball. If not, now. Um, he never actually wrote Dragon Ball GT. Like that's none of that is his story.
He
So
signed off on it,
he
but
did sign off
it's
on
not
it.
his story.
Yeah, it's not his story at all. So that might be something that they were going to continue with if they, could.
So, fun fact Dragon Ball GT is canon to the anime and the movies, but not towards the manga.
Huh.
Yes. GT is canon to those because technically, like I said before, Z and the movies have different canons, and they differ from the manga canon. And the only reason why I say it's canon to both of those is because inside of the Super 17 arc, they brought back villains that were only like movie exclusive.
Hmm.
Just say, little fun fact.
That's actually a pretty good fun fact. Like, not even
But that
jokingly, like
still
it's like,
leaves room for Super Saiyan 4 come inside of like Super Saiyan 4 can still happen though.
yeah. I know that like a while ago, one person who's on my podcast, on the podcast once, but I never actually lost the episode. Um, and I also forgot the name. Why am I forgetting everything today? God. Um, Spectacle. Um, to behold. That's the full name. We actually had a conversation about some what if stuff. We actually said that the one great way they can actually talk, like bring back Super Saiyan 4 would be with half Saiyans.
Mm,
So with Gohan having beast mode, they can have it as you do the ceremony to become Super Saiyan God, but you have to be a pure Saiyan to become Super Saiyan God in the first place. What if they did that for Goten and Trunks, and then they did a fusion, so they're technically a full Saiyan, but they're also an impure Saiyan at the same time.
mm.
So they get the hairy body, they get the tail because they're they are in a sense they are fully Super Saiyan at that point, or they are fully Saiyan at that point, but they're not.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a dirtier version of like what Super Saiyan God would be, and that could be like a new way to introduce Super Saiyan 4.
I can see that happening. But hear me on this.
Okay.
What if they made it an exclusive form for Broly? Just because they kind of allude to it with um his other form, with the yellow eyes and stuff like that.
Oh
His
yes, that'd be
So I
great
feel like
too.
they were alluding to it with that. So what if they made it a Broly exclusive form just for the legendary Super Saiyan? Just because he could still tap into that power of like the great ape in a sense.
Yeah, no, I take it. I would honestly take it. That'd be
And reason
terrifying though.
it would, but also I feel like it wouldn't work with Goten and Trunks. I feel like it would work with Gohan if they gave it to him Super Saiyan 4, only because he was the only half breed that actually had a tail.
Yes. Yeah. What's going on with that? Like, why do none of them all have tails? Like, did they just like pop them off before they became like older?
The S cells. So Goku and Chi Chi,
Mm-hmm.
they go Gohan. At that time, Super Saiyan wasn't a thing. It's always going to default to the higher power level or like the higher form when during conception. So that's why Goten and Trunks were able to go Super Saiyan faster than Gohan was because he didn't have the proper S cells for it. Didn't have that stronger form already in the mix in a sense inside the gene pool.
That's such a weird concept. I keep forgetting that's a thing now.
Which is also why, Pan, if she was written correctly, if Dragon Ball Super does her right and goes past there, you know, she could be something crazy. And just gonna bring it back. They definitely dropped the ball with Pan. She should have technically been the first Super Saiyan female shown in
They should
canon
have. Yeah.
or non-canon, however you want to put it. But she definitely could have been a Super Saiyan. They kind of alluded to it inside of Battle of Gods, where freaking Videl turned Super Saiyan for a brief second.
That was so weird, dude.
Mhm. So
the
I guess technically the first female Super Saiyan would be Videl.
the whole fact they were like, oh, we need one more Saiyan. What are we gonna do? Well, I'm pregnant, so let's try that.
Hmm. Nah, let me just get Tarble over here. No, remember they mentioned it. They did. Like, Vegeta, don't you have a brother? Like, yeah, but he's somewhere off far.
Yeah. It,
Yeah.
it's it's just so insane. I can't. All right, so let's bring this around to the better portion of this. Um, so you're gonna be able to help me out with this part. I'm not up to date with Super, so it's gonna
Hey,
be this is gonna be your portion of the stream. I'm gonna be asking you questions. Um, I think as far as I know, there's a super ego for Vegeta. Goku is fully Ultra Instinct out.
mhm.
Um, Piccolo is now a carrot. So
Yes.
and Gohan grew his hair out. I don't understand how that worked out, but whatever. Um,
Mhm.
all right, so Super. Um, Beginning of Super. I'm gonna fastball this. I guess I feel like. So beginning of Super. Do you think they actually made Goku stupider?
Yes.
All right.
Quick and simple. Yes. He
We're
was
done
more
with
mature at the end of Z.
next question.
Well, sorry, at the end of Kid Buu Saga. He's more mature at the end of Kid Buu Saga. If he goes Super Saiyan 4, game over, man. It's
Yeah,
game over, man. Game over. Especially if he could control it. Come on now.
yeah, we're done, Zobeans. I'm feeling that. Um, why do you think they made him stupider? Like, I genuinely don't understand why they even were like, oh, I've never kissed Chi Chi before. You've been married for at least a minimum of 20 years.
Yeah. Um, do you want me to give you like like a actual reason?
Yeah,
Not like in universe reason?
you can give me both,
Not
honestly.
non in universe reason. Akira Toriyama forgot. He's a forgetful lad.
So dumb.
Yeah, he's a forgetful lad. I feel like he instead of him trying to, be Gohan, he became Goku himself. Forgot
Mm-hmm.
a couple things, Brain got maybe a couple less wrinkles up there. Uh, it's okay. He's still a genius in his own right.
It's definitely
Um,
smooth braiding it all up.
in universe, I think it's because Goku, he hasn't really been fighting so much at that time. So maybe like his fighting senses have dulled, his other senses might have dulled as well. Since he was so focused on like farming and stuff like that, where he didn't really need to, you know, interact with as many people or like think as hard as he would have had to in, I guess, previous iterations.
Okay. Um,
So kind of like going back to his roots in a sense.
okay. I mean, I'm not mad about it. I'm very upset about the whole not kissing his wife thing, but I'm not mad
Yeah.
about the answer. Um, let's
He
see.
definitely had to kiss. No, no, I could have sworn inside Dragon Ball that he did kiss Chi Chi at the wedding. I'm pretty sure that they did.
Maybe. I know that I know he patted her vagina before they even did anything past that point, and thought getting married it was a type of food.
Yeah. But we can never forget the greatest line. Your balls, Bulma. Yeah, they're gone.
Oh my god. I love the sheer ignorance from Goku back then. It was like
Oh yeah.
it was like such a weird breath of fresh air sometimes, and it was just like Jesus Christ, why is this still a thing?
Yeah.
All right, so Vegeta, do you think they actually could have done better, or do you think that they're kind of plateauing with character development?
I think they did a pretty decent job with Vegeta. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like that's kind of like the natural progression that he was going down anyway. You know what I mean? Like they were showing it even like in the Majin Buu saga where Vegeta he was kind of with Goku gone. It's like he didn't really he became more of like a family man in a sense.
Yeah.
So like I feel like it's just a natural progression of what they have already shown in a sense.
All right. Um, see, I would ask you about Gohan, but I have my personal opinions about Gohan is his character development is perfect. Uh And I don't want you arguing that fact against me.
No, Gohan. Gohan. I'm just gonna say Gohan. He did what he sought out to do, and I feel like they did him justice on like his original incarnation. He wanted
Okay.
to become a scholar. He still technically should be the strongest out there if he really put his mind to it. That so they keep it in line with what is shown.
All right.
You know what I mean? So I can agree with you on that. They did a very good job with Gohan. Minus the great
Um,
Saiyaman
Power scaling.
power
Um,
scaling.
this is the nitty gritty. Do you think their power scaling is anywhere close to good? Because I
No.
personally, okay, perfect. um, I genuinely don't feel like even if it's like they need to just prove a point. I don't feel like Krillin or Tien or Piccolo should be able to go fight Goku in his Super Saiyan Blue form. It doesn't make sense. You're not going to tell me, you're not going to sit there and tell me that we're going to rate this guy as a god and then we're also all going to agree that Krillin can throw his shoe on Goku's nose to make him smell bad. Like don't
Mhm.
that's not possible.
I'm I'm gonna say that they kind of lost the true essence of like the God form post, I guess, post Resurrection F.
Mhm.
Because I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna bring it very simple. Kaba, Kaba versus Vegeta, right? How is it? Yes, I know. Vegeta, he went Super Saiyan Blue, Molly whopped him, right? But I never understood this. How is it that Vegeta, been training all these years, trained with a god, has the same base power as Kaba?
I don't know.
Whether you have a stronger form or not, it should still influence your base form in a sense. You know what I mean? All right, cool, it's a multiplier, but still, you're going to gain experience from using that power, which is still go straight to your base form.
Yeah.
Um, and then, I mean, even in the tournament of power, how is a Super Saiyan going against? How is Kale going against Super Saiyan God? I can maybe see Hit just because, I mean, he's an assassin. His time skip ability is kind of broken,
Yeah, kinda, sure. That's what we're gonna call
kind
it.
of. Yeah. Still ain't do nothing to Jiren though. Just gonna put it out there.
Yeah.
I mean, after Resurrection F, they're like, oh yeah, normal people can keep up with gods. When in the first two arcs of it, God power was like unheard of. You couldn't even sense it. You couldn't feel anything on it. Like punches between Goku and freaking Beerus were going to destroy the universe, and then become, oh, I am Goku with red hair. That's it. I am
Yeah.
Super Saiyan. It just there is no true power scaling in there. It's whatever they feel would make it look flashy or make someone else look better at that time. God forms are a joke, in my personal opinion.
I'm fine with your personal opinion. I kind of agree with most of it. So, all right. So let's go. Since we're talking about god forms now, I'm telling you, this is like fast hitting. Um, New enemies. The closest I've seen recently have been Granola
Mhm.
and some Goat Man. I don't know if it's the same person, but
Moro,
yeah, Moro. Is Moro supposed to be mayonnaise? Like, what's his name? Like code for?
I have no idea, but he's Goat Man.
Okay, he's Goat Man.
He's Goat
Um,
Man.
so I hold on. Actually, thinking about it now, is Moro the first villain who successfully since Dragon Ball Z successfully got the Dragon Balls and used them?
Hmm. Well, no, technically,
Well, Goku
it
Black,
would be Goku
but
Black, but
yeah,
yeah,
but like in this current universe, I should say.
yes.
How wild is that? Just like-
I mean, he is the second person to destroy Namek.
they have to get sick of that at some point.
I mean, they only did it twice.
Yeah, but like if someone blew up the Earth and said like, "Oh, we got a new Earth," and then someone else just came over and like, "Yeah, we're gonna blow this up again," like, wouldn't you get like, "All right, you can find a new planet. There's Mars right there."
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like that would make me infuriated. Like if I was on a spaceship and I was like, "God damn, this is a second fucking time. Like, where am I supposed to land this shit?"
Mhm.
Um.
Okay. I could give quick quick-ish Cliff Notes version of Moro arc if you'd like.
Go for it.
All right. I'm gonna make it short and simple. Goku became a donut before Rengoku. Okay? Goku became donut before Rengoku, but he lived.
Okay.
Okay. Moro's abilities. Um, he I think he was supposed to be like related to Babidi in some sense, or like Babidi's teacher, something like that. Um, his abilities, they're magic, right?
Hmm.
Um, he's able to absorb people's energy just by being around them and stuff like that. Okay. So the longer that you fight him, the weaker you're going to get, the stronger he's going to get.
Okay, that's a pretty cool ability though.
Mhm. He's a planet eater too.
Why?
So because they have to, apparently.
Okay.
But able to take the life force out of a planet and put it onto himself.
Oh, okay. You know what? I take it back. That sounds pretty cool.
So the way that he destroys Namek is by draining all of the life energy out of Namek itself and using that power, onto himself, making him last strong. He does that so many times. He beats Goku and Vegeta a lot. Vegeta goes to Yardrat, gets stronger on his own way, so on and so forth. He gets into transmission, gets the thing called Soul Fission.
Yeah, I was
Soul
actually
Fission
about to
is pretty
bring that up too for a second, but no, you came up. I was gonna ask if Yardrat was the same location where Goku got instant transmission, but you already said yes.
Yes, it is.
All right.
It is. Goku, if Goku had stayed there longer, he could have learned that. Goku was just impatient.
Oh, actually, so just to go back to the whole What If series I was telling you about.
Mhm.
Um so the What If series was actually saying that um the reason why Goku had his heart disease was because he didn't completely master instant transmission. So it was actually taking a toll on his body.
Hmm.
So I thought that was actually really cool. I wanted to make sure I brought that up for you.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Um
That'd be actually a pretty dope way to bring that, like, actually make sense of it.
yeah.
I mean, they were like people were thinking before they actually said the reason why Goku got the heart virus was because he's on Yarjarat and because of like the different density of the air and stuff like that, it made him contract a different like a virus for his heart.
Hmm.
But if you go back into like the Future Trunks saga and stuff like that, they do say that there was a heart virus that was going around um at that time. So it wasn't just Goku being affected by it, it was multiple people that were being affected by it. So that's how they end up getting like the cure and stuff like that. And then, of course, it's too late for Goku because he died of natural causes.
Yeah.
That would have been a cool idea if that actually worked. That would have been cool.
So you want to hear my theory about why he had the heart virus?
Is it because he's a bitch?
Yes, that too. In a sense, actually, in a sense, yes. So my theory was because the way Goku eats so much, I personally thought he got heartworms.
That would make so much sense. That's dope.
Yeah. Goku Black
Oh,
Arc. Oh,
mhm.
what were you gonna say?
Oh, quick finish up. Vegeta's stronger than Goku, base form, base to base,
I already felt like that was already a thing, but
especially after Yarjarat. Goku trains with an angel in training, masters
okay.
Ultra Instinct slightly, more or less has more control over it. Can use Sign whenever he wants to, can transform into Perfected whenever he wants to, in a sense,
Okay.
but big toll on his body. Not fully mastered it. Learns to master it in a fight with Moro. Goku gets a stand from JoJo's.
Wait.
Yep.
No.
Yep. Look
Okay.
it up.
I'm looking it up
Or
right now. I don't think you
or
understand.
it could be a Susanoo. It could be a Susanoo if you like. Moro becomes planet.
I put Goku stand and
You see Big Goku.
no.
Okay, here.
What should I be
Let me
looking
share.
up?
So go to Master Ultra Instinct. Let's see. Mastered Ultra Instinct. Let's see. Stand. Let's see if it'll do it like that. Or should I put Astral Form?
Fucking astral form.
Oh, yep, I found it. Here you go. So I'm gonna copy image. I'm going to throw it in over here. And there you go.
I'm so
Check
terrible.
Discord.
Yeah, I'm looking at Discord right now, but give me a second, guys. I gotta figure out how to use this correctly, so you're not like showing anything incorrect. The fuck am I looking at?
Look at the center of his head. It's essentially a Susanoo. Oh, here, I got a color picture of it too.
My fucking screen just tried to zoom. Why is this a thing?
Here, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. This is the true Ultra Instinct man.
Thing.
Copy image. So he's able to make a stand of himself. There's a color version of it. Let's see if I can copy this image. And we'll bring it down right here. Just to show. So
Like, this is an actual joke, right?
no, that actually happened inside the manga.
What is he fighting? An obese mountain?
He's fighting Moro. Moro when he merged with the Earth. Yeah, it's a very confusing arc. Anyway, Moro becomes planet because he was losing to Ultra Instinct Goku. Moro gets angel powers. They fight. Goku rips Moro out, was going to pull a cell, explode,
Oh,
didn't
God.
work, and happy ever after.
So
Goku is going to lose.
they're really just trying at this point.
They are. The only way that Goku actually got that stand form was because of Oob giving him his god power for a little bit. So power scaling still goes. Oob is stronger than Goku.
That's what it sounds like.
Yep.
All right. I guess new transformations.
New transformations.
I'm so mad at everything you just showed me right now.
I'm sorry. I told you. It's worse. It gets bad.
I'm gonna like see this in like animated because I'm not reading the manga and be so disappointed in everything I see, and I know it.
They'll make it look better than what you actually see. Don't worry.
They probably will, but I'm gonna be like, oh, Goku is it's like is Son Goku Uchiha at this point. You know that, right?
Yes, I know. But you know what? The next arc, there actually is Sasuke. That's who Granola is. He has a Sharingan or something that's supposed to be similar to a Sharingan. Let me just if you want to show chat, you're
Yeah,
more
just
than
show
welcome
it.
to.
Just send it.
If you want.
Just send it. We're gonna show chat. Like the most I feel so disappointed right now.
Yeah, and people say that GT is worse than Super. But you know, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh god, this is painful. Like, all
There
right.
you go. So these are the new forms. So there's Granola in the middle, Ultra Ego Vegeta, God tier. Love it.
Oh, I gotta zoom out real quick before I even show this right now. All
And
right.
UI Goku.
Okay, Ultra Ego Vegeta just seems like Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta with that, like, but with a haircut.
Hmm.
Um, I don't
Look at
know.
it.
I don't know what the fuck Granola looks like to me right now, except for disappointment.
He's Sasuke. He is Sasuke.
Actually, kind of does look like Sasuke with green hair. It's like Sasuke and Zoro had a baby. This is what it looks like.
And the
Goku.
red eye lets you see movements. So it's legit. It's a Sharingan. And he's a sniper.
The only person who can see my face of disappointment right now is Crimson Kishin. Um, and it was I looked to God for that one. Not
He
even
did.
not Super Saiyan God, but like just God.
Hmm.
This is painful. All right, next part.
Okay. Okay.
uh,
Ultra Ego Vegeta. Fantastic. He did training with Beerus,
okay.
his own God Destruction training. Kind of like, how fucking Topo did,
Yep.
except, his form's better. But also, Vegeta's isn't complete yet.
Oh,
It's almost complete.
so this is Ultra Ego is just like an incomplete super God of Destruction.
Think of it like yes, because he doesn't have like the signs on him and stuff like that. He hasn't truly embraced it. The beautiful thing about Ultra Ego is the more it gets hurt, the stronger it gets. So the more damage you do to Vegeta, he takes that energy and he can use it against you. Which also, kind of works with the whole Zenkai stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So the more you hit him, the stronger he gets. Until his body can't actually take the pain anymore.
I mean that is kind of cool. I'll give you that. Uh,
And he can use the Hakai and stuff like that.
I guess we'll see how this works out when it comes out. I guess I don't know.
And in the end,
Doesn't even
Granola's not the
matter.
villain.
Oh,
Well,
sorry.
Granola's not the
What?
villain. Granola's not the villain.
Okay.
He's thinking about him kind of like Baby in a sense, where the Saiyans destroyed his people,
Okay.
right? He wants to get revenge. It's all because of Frieza. Frieza sent the Saiyans to go destroy his people. So he wants to take revenge on Frieza and the Saiyans. Who are the only Saiyans left? Goku, Vegeta, so on and so forth.
Yeah,
Right?
the people on Earth.
Yeah. Goku and Vegeta get tricked into going to go fight Granola, who wished on these other Dragon Balls, but these Dragon Balls have a risk with them.
Okay.
There's only two of them, right? This dragon, he'll grant you one wish, right?
Mm-hmm.
But depending on what the wish is, you're gonna have to pay a cost. Granola wishes to become the strongest being in the universe. I know, right? But at the cost of majority of his life. Mhm. So it's in turn just using his own life energy to boost him up.
Okay.
Okay. So he becomes the most powerful person in the universe, above Goku and Vegeta.
It sounds like the most powerful person in the universe at the current point in time.
Yes. Eventually,
He's not doing
they
very
fight.
good.
It's not. But yeah. Goku and Vegeta go to fight him because, they're told that he's evil, blah, blah, blah. Big conflict. Goku gets his ass whipped, even in Ultra Instinct. Yeah. Because he can't keep up. Vegeta gets the dub.
Okay.
And then
Vegeta.
eventually loses.
God damn it, dude! I was so happy. I was
I
like,
know.
oh, okay.
Hmm. Someone else comes up into the picture. The actual villains of the story. They're called the Heaters, who are the actual people who, who betrayed Granola's mad because his mom died, right?
Mm-hmm.
He thought the Saiyans did it. It wasn't actually the Saiyans. It was the Heaters. Space pirates. Think of it like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Crazy. Yeah. It's stupid. Space pirates killed his mom. Thought it was Saiyans. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. They find those same Dragon Balls, wish that this guy named Gas to become the strongest person in the universe. Hmm.
So we have granola, gas, and heat.
Well, the Heaters.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
So
Heaters. Yeah.
so we have gas, fire, granola,
Hmm.
or yeah, granola.
Hmm.
I don't know why I was thinking grams. Um. All right, go on. I'm like so
Okay.
disappointed at this right now.
I know it's not the best. I'm probably not explaining it the best either. It's just is as I remember it. That's how it
Yeah, but
goes.
I'm also like rolling my eyes and like
I
turning
know.
over in my metaphorical grave.
I know. It it's legit. The arc is the strongest person in the universe arc. Okay.
Okay.
Um. Anyway, Goku and Vegeta they fight Gas. Granola fights Gas. They all lose. Goku has to find a new way to make Ultra Instinct work with it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I'm just gonna rewind a little bit. Goku can use Ultra Instinct Omen on top of his other forms.
Is Ultra Instinct Omen what we're calling the astral projection thing?
No, so the black-haired form before he actually goes mastered Ultra Instinct.
Okay, I'll pretend I know what that is. I'm gonna.
So here,
No, you don't
uh,
have. Don't worry. I'll see it sooner or later.
oh, you've seen it. It's in Tournament of Power.
Oh, is that what it is? I thought it was just
Yeah.
Ultra Instinct.
So when he had the black-haired form, the silver eyes, and like that bluish aura around him,
Yep.
that's Ultra Instinct Omen or Sign, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
So he can use that part. So the spontaneous movement on top of his other forms. It's like Super Saiyan, he could stack that on top of it. The God forms, stack that on top of it. So Goku's whole thing is he's trying to find a way to, you know, make his own Ultra Instinct. Yeah, perfect Ultra Instinct, it gives like a great boost in power, but he can't maintain it for very long. So he has to make his own Ultra Instinct. From what we says.
Okay.
Make it work with his body. He gets that. On par with Gas for a little bit. Gas is about to lose. He uses all the rest of his life energy. Becomes like a skeleton. And yeah, basically one shots them both. Or close to it.
Okay.
Granola's already out the picture. He's already knocked out. He's sleeping. All right. All of a sudden, Frieza comes out of nowhere. It's like, oh, I was just training for a little bit. He sees the heaters, kills them all. He sees Gas, kills them all. No diff. It's like, what the fuck? Goku and Vegeta like, wait, how you do that? It's like, oh yeah, I was training. And like I found this little area. I was training for like 6 months there. It's like 6 months their normal time equal 10 years inside of like that hyperbolic time chamber area.
Jesus. All right.
Yeah, did that. Proceeds to turn to his black form, punches both of them in the guts.
You were gonna say in the dick, weren't you?
I was about to, but no, hit them both in the gut at the same time. They both got knocked out. He's like, oh yeah, that's just because. Then he just leaves them and goes away.
Okay.
That's how that arc ends.
Sounds like I'm about to have to read some super.
Yeah, Black Frieza is dope. Black Frieza is the
Yeah.
strongest in the universe at that time.
I saw the memes of Black Frieza, and the only thing I did was laugh
Yeah,
because it was
he just
like,
wanted to stop saying monkey. He just wanted to use the N word.
Yeah. There was a lot of just memes going on when I saw that. I was just like, there's no way. There's no way they did this.
Man had full black Air Force energy.
A whole levels of Air Force energy. And
Real.
with the tide laces. With the tide laces.
You know he was ready. Yeah.
All right.
Beast Go On is still stronger than him, though.
Good, because I'm stressed out listening to that one.
Yeah. Power scaling as of right now, it is Beast Gohan, Black Frieza, Goku, Vegeta, interchangeable, then Broly at the end. Oh, sorry. Beast Gohan, Black Frieza, Orange Piccolo, Goku, Vegeta, then Broly.
I don't get it. But that is the end of the podcast, though. I can honestly say that.
I know the pain on your face.
There's
Just from
so
hearing
much
from
pain.
Cooper.
There was so much pain on my face. So we're gonna end the podcast there. Again, thank you for joining me. Um, and thank you for all the insight you gave on that last portion of it.
Yeah, it's a time.
Yeah, that is an understatement. So I think we're actually gonna do a raid. I know Fat Platypus would be happy about that, but I don't know who we should raid. Um, if you have any suggestions, let me know.
Mm, I don't know what kind of games you're looking into.
Well, the people I have rating like streaming right now, Madison, Fortnite, Undertale, Hypnospace Outlaw, 7 days of 7 days to die. Any stream is perfectly fine, honestly. Fat Platypus,
Oh, can I make a closing statement?
go right ahead.
Dragon Ball is a great mess. That is probably like the best way to describe it. Um, Power scaling means nothing. It's all about flashy forms. And GG's not that bad, minus Pan in the first half. That's it. Super
Okay.
Saiyan 4 all the way. Super Saiyan 4 best form. Just saying. Better than Ultra Instinct. At me. Oh, Madison. That is a scary ass game.
Yeah. A couple people want me to stream it. I'm just like, no.
Bro, I don't get scared like that, and that game made me freaking jump.
I get scared like that, and I can guarantee you, I would jump. I will also say thank you guys for coming in today. I know that this is the first stream in like 2 weeks. I definitely do appreciate you guys coming in. Oh, actually, a Dragon Ball Z game might be better. Hold on, let's cancel this raid. Let's cancel it. See what we're doing. Um, but like I said, if you guys want, I can actually pop it up in chat because that's probably a smart idea. Um, if you guys want, these are all going on Spotify. They're also going to be on YouTube. Um, if you want to tell your friends about them, that would be extremely nice. I don't know if any of your friends would care, but adding me on Spotify will definitely help my channel out, especially since this is all live streamed and everything. Um, again, definitely appreciate you coming on again. Seemed like you had so much you could say, so I was so happy.
Oh yeah, no worries. I mean, there's still more to say, but that'll be for another time. We'll focus it in next time.
Yeah.
We'll have some more fun.
Oh, actually, one thing I can say, which is completely not Dragon Ball Z related, but if you guys are interested, there is an official. Oh, doing Dragon Ball ended. There's actually an official thing right now for DC Comics that Catwoman and Batman are gonna have a child.
Oh.
Yes. And it will be a baby girl.
Oh. Oh, wait, before we go, did I tell you that we might name the boy Anakin?
Did you? Oh my god, are you serious?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Also, if you guys didn't know, we also have oh, look at that. You can see my little support stuff. That's embarrassing. Um so um the other thing is that Crimson Keisha is also having a child too. And he's having a boy and will be named Anakin.
Most likely. We're still working on it, but it's looking very promising on the name.
So let me shoot this raid out. I'm so glad you guys came in. Next stream will be next Sunday. As usual, if you have any suggestions, pop into the Discord, and throw it in the suggestion box. I'm glad to have everyone there. It's a Digimon theme, so if you guys don't come in, next stream's about Digimon. Just fair warning on all that. I will talk about Digimon, and I'm not afraid to.
Wait, before you go, did you watch the new Digimon animes?
No, I'm actually waiting for it to finish so I can just binge through it right now.
There's a really dark one, top tier.
The Ghost one,
Yes, that one.
yeah, Ghost seems like it's really promising. I'm waiting for I'm trying to read go through Try, and each one is just another movie, so they're like all an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
Hold on, Fat Platypus has something to say, but the raid's about to go.
Ghost game is good. That's what Platypus said. Or trash also.
I will also talk shit about Pokemon during that one too. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
You get the re-release World game? I did not. I will talk about it afterwards though. All right, see you guys.
Bye. Oh yeah, no worries.